I just come.
Oh, we child. Oh, we happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. What it do? What it do? Welcome to Vino Entertainment TV, which is based on Gavin. Vino Entertainment TV, we talk about firearm violence, domestic violence, being molested, and we also what we feed the unfortunate. Vino Entertainment TV is always out in the community, having fun, laughing, talking, cutting up, because guess what? Vino Entertainment is never afraid to sit around and talk with people that they don't know. We love people. We are a people person. Yes, we are. Let me go ahead and grab my wine. So y'all go ahead and grab y'all's too. Let's go. Welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in.
Oh,
me just cut this truck. We all know this song, long song. You know, the old school song, long song. You know what I'm talking about? But that's when we had that good music, not music. What's going on, Bradley? What's going on? Oh, you miss a nigga now, huh? I know. Because I'm your friend, nigga. That's why. But guess what? You still my friend, nigga. Hey, Lush, baby. Hey, my Sarah. Y'all, Sarah, my girl. I don't care what y'all say. Hey, Sarah. I'm tired, girl. I miss talking to you. Big O. What's going on, Big O? Y'all, if y'all don't know Big O be everywhere. Big O ain't biased. Big O cut up with everybody. Everybody Big O girlfriend. We all Big O girlfriend. We all Big O girlfriend. Everybody's Big O girlfriend. We all Big O got a lot of girlfriends. We got about 100 girlfriends, but guess what? That's all right. We all Big O home girl. Let's go. Y'all come on in, clean y'all feet. Please like, share, subscribe. Our show would appreciate it, y'all. I would appreciate it. Big O said he driving, but he's listening. I know it's right, Big O. My Big O say he doing fine. What's been going on, Leg? I've been missing your behind. I'm so glad you up in here, girl, because, girl, I've been missing you. I've been missing you, sister. I've been missing you. So, y'all, now, y'all know Perp done told y'all, and Pap done told y'all, start storing your food. Get your water and get your water up. Get your non-perishable food up. Y'all better get together. Have y'all been taking care of y'all business? Have y'all been taking care of y'all business? Because I know I have. I most happen. Have you? I know you ready, Pap, right? I know you already took care of your business already.
Yeah, but I need to stock up on some more canned food.
I need to give me some more water. I've been mighty thirsty. I've been thirsty, not thirsty. I've been thirsty around here. Man, I've been dry as hell. But y'all know Floyd Mayweather still in jail over in Dubai. You know, he been on there now about 52 days. His somebody in his entourage stole something from over in Dubai, and they locked Floyd Mayweather up for it. But Mayweather did pay for it, but they still got him locked up. And said that Floyd Mayweather called the guy who stole the merchandise, but the guy is not even answering the phone. Now, how dirty is that? I'd be up somebody in his butt, but not answering that doggone phone when I call you and got me locked up over in Dubai. You can't go over there, y'all. We always say you can't go nowhere else in other countries. You got to know them laws. If you don't know them laws, you're going to get locked up. We have told you. Have we said it before, Pep?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Them laws together, y'all. Get them laws together. Miss Legacy had been very sick with diabetes issues and high blood pressure. Girl, tell me about the high blood pressure. When that is off balance, it makes you very sick. Oh, okay. Sarah said she cooking. What y'all around here cooking? God, Sarah always cooking some good groceries at her house. But y'all know we got to come in. We got to go in today. Today, you know, man, I know everybody been paying attention about what's going on. If you been paying attention, let me tell you something. You done got lost in the sauce. Hey, Rose, how you doing? Y'all been paying attention because I've been paying attention. They put y'all somewhere up under houses behind the backwoods. They hiding my people. They hiding my people out here. They hiding y'all. They sure is. You home, you better tell somebody where you're going. You better say, I'm going here. I'm going there, because you just don't know. You might not even come back to the house. Chicken tenders and fries. Let's go, sir. That's why I haven't seen him on the streets. Okay. Well, I hope you get better, Mrs. Leggin, baby. I hope you feel better. And shoot, girl, you know, stay in the house as much as you can and prop your feet up and get much rest as possible. You know, so you get your strength back. You know, we need our strength at a certain age. Strength is very important when you come to a certain age. You know what I'm talking about? So we need that strength, most definitely. So what would you do if the FBI just came to your house? If you made a Facebook post and the FBI come to your house when you want to see some credentials, if they really are the FBI like they say they are, or you just can't let anybody in your house. You just can't open your front door for no anybody. And another thing, when the popos come in your house, you in Texas. Now I don't know about nowhere else, but in Texas, when the popo come in your house, you ain't got to open your door up if you don't want to. You open your door up in Texas by choice. If they got a warrant, they'll come in regardless. But they ain't got no warrant or whatever. You ain't got to open your door up. You don't have to open your front door up. People don't realize that. I don't know what laws in anybody else's state, but I know up in here, you ain't got to open no laws. You ain't got to open no doors up in Texas. You sure don't.
You ain't got to open no door. So no police, no CPS, no nobody. They ain't got no warrant.
You sure don't. Y'all could open y'all dang on doors up to people. So this lady was being harassed by I say a fake FBI because they're gonna show you any kind of credentials, and what they had on did not look like FBI's, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Be aware.
Y'all see where the FBI showed up at this girl's house over some posts she made on Facebook.
We just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy. I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs.
I'm not going to share my credentials on the phone.
So you said you were with the FBI? And why won't you show me your credentials? I didn't take a look at them. I said, 1 second, I'll be right back. Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. And we identified ourselves. So what we'd like to do...
I didn't look at your credentials. Again, I didn't verify them. I told you to wait, and I went inside.
Okay, that's correct. What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media posts that you've made. Would you be willing to talk to us today about that?
No, I would not. I would like you to later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have identification cards? No. I'll get back to you. What's the number? What are the names of the agents? So you're refusing to identify yourselves.
No.
Again, I did not take a look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay. And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts. Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we took that.
Well, you can't arrest me for freedom of speech. We live in America.
Yes, right.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird that you want to come talk to me about me exercising my freedom of speech. Okay.
So isn't that strange to just show up at your house like that? They don't even look at no FBI's. What the hell?
I think I'd be asking the same questions too that she asked to show me your credentials, and you come to talk to me about a Facebook post? This is America.
Yeah.
What they thinking about?
Isn't that something? Okay, so now we're gonna look at a post that Cassandra sent me about something that's going on with a young man that I guess he must been in some kind of trouble, and but Cassandra, you can explain it more than I can because it was your post about the black man. Well, let's watch it first, then we can talk about it. Okay, let's just check it out.
Foster was driving from his Baton Rouge home to Atlanta for business when he was stopped for speeding in Reform, Alabama.
If I had only looked up Pickens County.
One of the officers involved in his pursuit, the high-speed chase, is also involved in the killing of Steve Perkins, who was murdered at his home. Targeted, ambushed, murdered at his home on September 29th.
We have nothing to lose but our chains!
We have nothing to lose but our chains! Hey, police, get off me! That's the gun! That's the gun!
Not one, but they shot the man 7 times. It's also been reported that Perkins' truck was not even on the list for repossession.
They were scared we were going to protest and cause a big scene.
The purpose is to put pressure on the mayor to make the right decision on Monday. Riots get you results. If this motherfucker was burning, we'll have CNN in here, we'll have Fox in here, we'll have TMZ in here. It'll be global today.
6 former white Rankin County law enforcement officers led into a courtroom to plead guilty on state charges and what prosecutors call a racist torture session.
The police have got so much fear, put so much fear in people, until they actually afraid to say anything.
Rankin County had killed their son. So Michael was not the only one. God just saw fit that Michael be the one that brings out the truth.
The family of Damian Cameron says the cause of his death is being covered up.
Family members say 2 deputies entered their home on Foot Drive, struggled with him in a bedroom, and one later held his knee on the back of Cameron's neck before driving away with him.
His face was badly bruised.
Why me? So I couldn't tell you which one was, you know. But I know
one of the officers said, why me? Like, why he got to be in this position?
You know you had did wrong when you said that. Because if you hadn't, you wouldn't say it.
I know. Somebody showed me a picture on the floor where I was laying, blood still on the concrete.
For real?
Fuck me up.
Yeah. Zoom in.
All of that.
So you get up, run out this door. You walked out, and they threw you back to the door.
We had to let him sleep on the couch with the lights. And he was still waking up with cold sweats, just waking up wet. When you went to market and your child was put on display and sold, have you forgotten that?
It's raining outside. Don't mean the sun is gone, it's not there. It just means it's being covered up.
This is Mississippi.
I got a question. Why is it always Mississippi?
That's a good question, ain't it? Because it's covered up and
It's always, every time something happens, it's Mississippi.
Yeah, and that was just a compilation of a lot of people coming up dead, missing at the hands of the police, and they don't know what happened, and they lying about what happened when people do find them, or all that kind of stuff. Sonya Massey came to the light because, in my opinion, Benjamin Crump took the case.
Yeah,
because he ain't the only one it happened to. It's just the one they choose to put out in the front. That's basically what that little video is about. All the other ones that happened, there ain't nobody talking about.
Hey, they cry. Yeah, Rose, but this kind of stuff make you mad too. That's why you gotta be careful now. Real careful. Like I said, Mississippi now, and I've been noticing every time I see something go on, it's Mississippi. It ain't nowhere but Mississippi. That's why they got people chairs down there.
In Alabama.
Right. I don't understand. I hope they find out what's going on with that young man. And then why they be pulling his car and he wasn't even behind his car note.
Yeah, and that was the one where you heard all them gunshots. And he come out there, he had a flashlight in his hand. Said he had been talking, the police had been
no coincidence the best one dead.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, I know, right? So I don't understand that. When y'all, I mean, man, say we need black activists in our states. All of our states don't have black activists there in their states to help them out. But Mississippi definitely need to be looking too. They police department, they prison system, they whole judicial system need to be checked into. All of it. They need to bring somebody down there check it.
Mississippi and Alabama. Alabama's just as bad, if not worse.
Alabama too, yeah. I've been saying a lot about Alabama too. You're right. I've been saying a lot about Alabama. I sure have.
No.
I've been saying that. I really have. Let's check out Sonya Massey, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna cut it out when he started to do the power wow. I'm gonna stop it there. So let's go.
The community of Springfield, Illinois is calling for justice after 36-year-old Sonya Massey was shot and killed by a sheriff's deputy inside her home on July 6th. Law enforcement was there because she called 911 to report a prowler.
She was a mother. She has children. That is an impact for generations that is going to be laid upon that family.
The local sheriff's office released this body camera footage yesterday, which shows two deputies searching outside Massey's property for the suspected prowler.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all.
And then, after finding no one, Deputy Sheriff Sean Grayson talks with a confused-seeming Massey on her front porch.
Please God, I'm trying to get help, y'all, but...
What do you need help with?
At one point, Grayson asks Massey about her mental health. A few minutes later, Massey and the deputies are inside, getting information to file their report.
I just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
Deputy Grayson asks Massey to turn off a pot of water that's boiling on her stove.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Holding the pot, Massey then twice says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," which Deputy Grayson immediately treats as a threat.
Wait for your hot steaming water.
Okay, I could have showed because I don't want to show that part, but
Nah.
when I first started reading the headline of it, and I did see one that say that it was a self-inflicted. So they was gonna lie about it at first. They was gonna lie about it. They wasn't gonna be truthful about it. Even though they even had body cameras on, they still was gonna lie about it. I mean, how can you get away with that and you got a body camera on you? Do you think that everybody want to lose their job behind you, one person, because that one person didn't do their job and they was sloppy? And then how would you not let another person give aid to someone? I don't understand that.
Because they evil and they don't care. They sit to do that. Doing a little bit deep out there, they said that she, they said she had mental problems supposedly. Right, going back and forth to the hospital. One of her and the nurses was getting into it, and the nurses that she kept getting into it was married to the dude who shot her.
What? Wait a minute. You know what? Cause
I don't know but that's what I heard on the video.
I seen a picture of one of their friends or somebody, a girlfriend, somebody in a medical uniform. Not only that, they also killing each other. Even the guy who was with him, they all mixed in there together as some kind of relative somewhere along there together.
Yep, and they said
they're mad about what happened. They're mad they put Sean Grayson in jail, and they don't know how they put him in jail. And he had family, this and that. But this lady had family too. She didn't do anything.
She had kids.
She had children.
Yeah. She had her daddy. Her daddy did an interview. He was talking crazy. The daddy was talking that man, he wanted justice for his daughter. I mean, they are like, well, they act like we just ain't human or something. Like we don't breathe, we don't bleed, we don't have feelings. But then they want to play on our feelings, but treat us like we ain't got none. Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
Yeah, we all got feelings, each and every last one of us. That's for sure. But so professional Black Truth. The one this is a guy that you turned me on to. about he do a lot of talk. He got a lot of knowledge. He talk about. So I'm thankful that you turned me on to him because I be listening to him. He be on his stuff. He be on it. He really be on it.
He be on it, and no holds barred. He don't care what you think. He gonna say what he feel.
Right. Let's listen to what he said about Sean Grayson.
I'm sure that all of you have seen the sickening video of the heinous murder of Sonya Massey. At the very least, you've no doubt read about it. I watched the video, and it is absolutely infuriating. Shades of what happened with the murder of Tatiana Jefferson. In this case, Sonya Massey was the one who called the police to tell them that there was a prowler outside of her house. She made the mistake of thinking that these guys were in the business of public safety. They're actually in the business of upholding white supremacy and enforcing anti-black violence. In this case, the assailant was a deputy with the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department, Sean Grayson. From the very moment he arrived at the scene, he began being belligerent, argumentative, and aggressive toward Miss Massey. He was arguing from the porch of her own home and then proceeded into the house after her, as if apparently he thought that she was some sort of suspect. This guy was itching for a fight with the person who called him for help. And as a result, he told her, well, there's a pot of boiling water on the stove. You need to go and turn it off when it starts a fire or something. After all of this arguing that she had to do with this guy, she did what any Christian would do. She rebuked him in the name of Jesus. That's when he drew his gun on her. Not because she had a weapon, but because as far as he was concerned, he was going to show her who was boss. He shot her dead while she was holding up her hands saying, don't shoot. He did this to her, shooting her dead in her own home. Not because he did anything, but because he wanted to prove that he could kill someone. This is a power play by these white Trump's in the room. Surprisingly, Grayson was actually this crime.
I wish y'all both I'm live.
First-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. Last report, he's currently being held in the Menard County Jail without bond. And once again, the bravest, most honorable people in America, the white media tells us, are reassuring everyone that this latest blatant murder doesn't represent their values or training. The thugs in blue are trying to tell everybody that we didn't see what we clearly saw and that they aren't doing what they do every single day. Because this kind of behavior happens constantly in America. And we've heard these same empty denials every single time that this occurs. This guy was a walking pile of red flags. He had been with at least 6 different departments in only 4 years. Before that, he had been in the Army, but in 2016, he got himself discharged due to serious misconduct. But rather than give him a dishonorable discharge, which is what he actually deserved, he was instead given a general discharge, but was allowed to say that it was under honorable circumstances. That's a contradiction in terms. In too many cases, the general discharge is misused as a way to whitewash some individual who should have been kicked out of the Army with a dishonorable discharge. Now, this guy, what he got kicked out for, at least in part, was related to a DUI that he got while he was in the Army, but that didn't stop his commanding officer from giving him a glowing letter of recommendation to whatever employer might be looking to hire this reprobate. And the employers knew about this. Now, this guy got at least 2 different DUI convictions in Macoupin County in 2015 and 2016. When Grayson was held in the county jail there, records show that he refused to submit a breath sample. After threatening to pee his pants or pee in a trash can in his holding cell, Grayson told the officer who arrested him that he was, quote, too small to be making him mad. At the time he murdered Sonya Massey, he was working for the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department, and they confirmed that they were aware of both of his DUIs, and yet they hired this creep anyway. Previously, he had been in the Kincaid Police Department, but he was let go from there after he refused to live within a 10-mile radius as required by the village. Mike Lawrence, one of Kincaid's board of trustees, said that he wasn't surprised to learn that Grayson gunned down an unarmed woman who posed no threat to him in her own home. As Lawrence put it, I thought he was a loose cannon. He was just arrogant and cocky. Grayson had also been with the Logan County Sheriff's Office. He was only there a year, but in that brief amount of time, he pursued a vehicle at speeds of 110 miles per hour against the direct orders of his superiors, and he eventually hit a deer. But rather than fire him, his supervisors recommended high-stress decision-making training for him. As we all know, when it comes to these mindless thugs, you're not going to be able to train them out of their behavior. You can't train a psychopath. You can only punish them. But in America, you protect these little scumbags, and as a result, they don't get any training or punishment. Given his murderous behavior, his problem wasn't high-stress training. To have this towering caveman being belligerent and confrontational with a small, unarmed black woman who had called him to do a service call, and then to murder her for no reason in her own home, that's not the result of high stress. It's the result of police departments seeking out thugs like this, whose only qualification is whether they'll make good cogs in the machine of white power. And you won't be surprised to learn that Grayson had been married, but of course he's divorced now. During the divorce, his now ex-wife cited extreme and repeated mental cruelty without cause or provocation as the reason for dissolving their marriage. Now, details of exactly what she's talking about are unknown, but given his behavior, how he came to Sonya Massey's home and began arguing with her from the beginning, this guy was being belligerent and threatening toward this woman and ultimately murdered her for no reason whatsoever, just murdered her in cold blood. I think we can probably take some educated guesses as to what exactly the wife meant when she said extreme and repeated mental cruelty. Now, these are just a few of his crimes and misdeeds that have come to light. The totality of his military discharge hasn't been made completely public, and there's no telling how many disciplinary problems he's had across the half-dozen police agencies he worked with, to say nothing of how many citizens' complaints there are against him that these departments have covered up over the years. The white media always minimizes these criminals' deeds. The body cam video was clearly damning. The racist police have made it their standard operating procedure that whenever police kill someone, if they think the video makes them look good, then they'll release it immediately and lecture the public about how heroic they are and how claims of police brutality are all false. And they'll brag that they have nothing to hide, that they believe in total transparency because they released one video quickly. It only takes them hours to release a video when they think it justifies them killing someone. But if it shows them for the cowardly, racist murderers they actually are, then all of a sudden the video has to be hidden away, concealed. There's no bragging, no lecturing the public. On a side note, you notice how you can count on one hand the number of times the police have actually been able to show a video that allegedly justifies their behavior? The criminals know that they're scum, but they don't know if the public will punish them for it. And when you look at this Cro-Magnon-looking degenerate, he seems like every neo-Nazi race soldier you ever saw. All of those tattoos with skulls and such. All of the same kind of iconography that you find with every sort of white supremacist who's out there. Only thing he's missing is the huge beard. And why did he commit this vile, premeditated murder? We all know why. Because he knows he lives in a white supremacist ethno-state where race soldiers like himself are protected. They all know this. They know that they can break the law, get kicked out of the military, get a job in any police department they want with no questions asked, and then rack up a bunch of DUIs with no consequences. He knows that he lives in a country where his skin color gives him genetic immunity from the law. He should have been locked up on felonies a long time ago, but this racist country doesn't do that. The police departments he worked for knew of his rancid military record and his DUIs and his problems at other police departments, but they still eagerly hired him anyway, one after the other after the other.
Isn't that strange, though? Yeah, you right, Big O. You sure right. Isn't that strange, Pep, how they hire people who got a background, rid of a bad background, and they still hire them? Why they do that? How can they get away with that?
Because they know who they hire. Yeah, my mic muted.
Yeah.
They know who they hire. They know exactly who they hire. Them the ones they look for.
Yeah.
Them the ones they look for to hire. That's a top-notch candidate for a police force.
Yeah, you see what Big O said.
Yeah.
Right.
That was initiation. Botham John was initiation. Tatiana Jefferson was initiation. That little boy that got killed down there in Florida, that Marine, that was initiation. Anytime they kill him with like that, that's on the spot, that's initiation. I said that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
You sure right, Big O.
Yeah. It's crazy. But my thing is, but it couldn't be us doing that to them. It like they said, if it was them something that they did right, they'll release the tape right immediately. But when something they know they did wrong, it wasn't right, they take hours, days, sometimes weeks even show the doggone tape.
Yeah, and then they done docked it by the time they do show it.
Yeah. But one thing I hope Mr. Massey do not take no money from these people. I hope he stay on their neck.
I
Stay
take the
on
money
their
and stay on
neck.
their neck. He gonna take the money. That's why he got being Crump. Being Crump, when they never took the case, he didn't think he was gonna get no money out of it.
Don't say that. Don't say it, Pat. Don't say you
That's
take
the
the money.
truth.
Don't say it. Lord,
Every case he take, they get money, and that's why he take the case, because he know he can get some money for him.
Lord have
Because he
mercy.
gonna get his cut. It's true. It's
Will
sad, but it's true.
somebody not take the money? Somebody don't take the money. Put your foot down. Mean what you say. That money don't mean shit's nizzle.
The only one that I done seen so far that stood up, and that was Tatiana Jefferson daddy. And he said they couldn't pay him for it. He didn't want no I'm sorry, and no, it wasn't no forgiveness, because they could not. It wasn't no money they could pay for his daughter. And before he could, not long after he get her in the ground, he have a heart attack. Because he was the only one I done seen in the last few years who said he didn't want no money. He wanted justice.
He wanted justice for his baby, right? You can't get no justice for nobody. You taking no money. You just can't. I mean, and then well, all the money in the world can't bring my baby, but you go sign a piece of paper, but you take the money though.
Yep.
And your kid gone, and you still
that ain't the half of it. That ain't the half of it. What about that little boy got killed? I can't think of his name. It was a while back. He got killed at the store. The white man killed him. His mama fighting for justice, and then you get co-opted because you get elected up there to House of Representatives. So now you co-opted, and it was just like you sold your son for your little position.
Yeah, I don't understand people. Y'all quit selling yourself out for little bitty
Yeah.
money. That money don't mean nothing for coming on your kid.
So don't.
I wouldn't take no kind of money. Somebody hurt my kids, I ain't taking no money. I'm pushing the edge. I'm gonna put my foot all the way through your neck. You'll see my foot, my toe hanging out your neck.
That's right.
I'm not gonna take no
get some
money. You might
different.
hurt my babies.
You can't pay me for my baby life. Ain't no price on my baby life.
It ain't. It ain't. Now you know that the astronauts are still stranded, right? Y'all know the astronauts still stranded.
Yeah, but yeah, they talking about it on the mainstream media now.
they talking about it's out in the open now, huh? I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it now. Yeah. They got that about right, Pep. Yeah. They still stranded. They had 90 days worth of food, so now they've been there for a while. So the food is they food is narrowing down good.
It sure is.
They food is narrowing down.
To each his own, but if I'm like my mama, if the good Lord wanted me up there, he would have put me up there.
So would have, Pep. You got that right. Let's see here. I forgot what this was. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, I know that's right, but y'all quit taking that money and being a sell. Y'all still selling your kid out. Quit taking that money. Let's talk about this judge. She a bad judge. She got some nerve. I could just slap her face my damn self. Hold on.
I'll shoot him on the phone. New video just released capturing State Supreme Court Justice Aaron Gall threatening to shoot a group of black teenagers.
They'll be shot on the property.
Well, I'm just letting you know that
Because
the best case
when they
scenario,
trespass, you can shoot them on the property.
They should just come here and just. No, I'm just saying.
I'll shoot them on the property.
No.
The judge was at a high school graduation party at her friend's house when authorities say there was an argument between invited and uninvited guests. A group of black teenagers who received a text invite to the party with the address then arrived, and a fight broke out shortly after.
Kind of split open pretty bar.
Yeah, I've been telling him since got eyes on him that he needs to go get checked out.
He was definitely hit with something.
During the scuffle, the teens lost the keys to their car and couldn't leave the neighborhood, appearing to upset Gall, who wanted the children to leave, but refused to turn over their car keys if she found them.
If the key turns up,
We're absolutely going to throw it in the toilet. You're welcome.
somebody's sister's coming to pick them up and get them out of here, and I'm going to get his information. And if we find the
back
keys,
of the cop car, let him wait there.
5 law enforcement agencies arrived on the scene during the more than hour-long ordeal, during which the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct said the judge repeatedly invoked her judicial office.
And that's Judge Gall. I'm a Judge, I'm telling you, get off the
Hey, dude, go in at the car.
The Supreme Court judge.
I know, you judge.
Sitting here. Threatened gun violence.
I'll shoot them on the phone.
No.
If I have to clear it out, I will.
And both criticized and pledged favor treatment for the police.
The good part is, I'm always on your side. You know I'd take anyone down for you guys. You know that. You know that. You know I am on your side.
Video also captures the judge making comments about the black teen's intelligence levels.
They don't look like they're that smart, honestly. You're not going to business school, that's fine.
And praising her son for beating up partygoers, among other comments.
He put a smack down once he got hit.
Hey, I didn't say it was one-sided.
The commission now calling for the judge to be removed from the bench. The commission administrator telling CBS 6 it is utterly unacceptable for a judge to threaten gun violence, exhibit racial prejudice, promise favorable treatment for the police, or disparage a law intended to keep guns away from dangerous people. Any one of these things would undermine public confidence in the administration of justice. That all this and more was committed by one judge disqualifies her from further service on the bench. Now, Gall's attorney did provide a statement in a brief released by the commission saying the judge was in shock at the time, saying the incident triggered a trauma response to her own assault in the 90s. The judge saying in part, I was acting as a mom who just witnessed something awful. I wasn't acting appropriately or thinking the right way. She also says she attended counseling following this incident. It's now up to the Court of Appeals to decide whether or not to remove Gall. She's asking for a punishment lesser than removal. She's suspended while her fate is decided and has 30 days to appeal. Her 14-year term is set to expire next year.
I hope they stand on her god doggone me neck.
They are too. They are too.
Forehead. Now, how you gonna? These are not, I ain't gonna say little kids, these are teenagers. You know what I'm saying? And her son got the punches in and he did a job. If you get a brag like that, your son didn't do nothing. Your son got beat down later. Your son got beat down.
The video I said the husband and the son got beat up.
Isn't that terrible?
And she was not distraught. She was drunk. And they say alcohol is true, sir. And she was being her real self. She didn't give a damn about them niggas. If the shoe was on the other foot and a black woman or a black man stood out there, we had a right to shoot them on our property. They would have went straight to jail just for saying it.
Yes.
And she was right there in silence about it. They're on property. You can shoot them. You can shoot them. They don't need to put her back. They need to kick her ass off of the judgeship and kick her on down the road down somewhere because she ain't got no business being no judge. She told exactly who she was. You telling the police, you not, I go hard for y'all. I go down hard on people for y'all. You telling that you biased toward the police. That ain't justice.
Yeah, she said tell them that she'll do anything she can do for the police. I mean, she'll be dirty for the police. Hey, pretty black, she'll be dirty for the police. She'll lie for them.
And that's what she probably been doing. She been on she probably done it. She done been on there 14 years and then a fight between some kids make you tell on yourself. She been doing it.
They need to go back and look at all her cases with all of the time that all the years she been there as a judge. They need to go back and look at every one of her cases. I don't care if you deal with black people, Mexican people. She need to be her record need to be looked at. Her cases, all her cases need to be looked at. Yeah,
that's
every
right.
last one of them. Yeah, they sure do.
That's right.
Cause she doing all that. If she can be so freely and open to say some stuff like that, she done did stuff behind this on the board that she was supposed to be doing because the police. You know, I got you guys back. I always got you guys back. I'm there for you guys. That means you done did dirt for them police lately.
Yep, and she was drunk and telling off on herself. You could tell she had been. You could tell she had been drinking. You could tell she had been drinking.
Yo,
she was talking too much.
Her words was slurring.
Yeah, and she was talking too much. She wouldn't shut up.
Shut up.
You ain't that damn man, and you supposed to be a judge. You ought to have some decorum about yourself. After the police got there, he trying to explain to you what's going on. You should have shut up and listen. That's what judge is supposed to do, is listen. But she was talking too much.
But they should took her to jail for public intoxication, though.
Yep.
She was in jail that night. She put in handcuffs for public
And then
intoxication.
she violated all the major rules as being a judge. You using your position. I'm Judge God. I'm Judge God. Who gives a fuck? You still a woman?
You still a woman. That's right. That's right. They kill me with that. Now you know, when you buy your kids expensive. Now we going back to what we was when we were not when I was growing up. I guess maybe about 10, 15 years ago, when kids was jumping on kids because they wanted what the other kids had, and they were beating them up, things that they was threatening them, and so they would made the schools go and start doing the uniform thing, right? Well, you wouldn't think nobody would unallow nobody for cell phones, things like that. Not your cousins, your nieces, and nothing like that in your household. But a 12-year-old girl was charged for unallowing her 8-year-old cousin, and she covered it up. The little girl, it was over an iPhone. She unallowed her 8-year-old cousin over an iPhone. The girl covered it. The 12-year-old girl covered it up. The little girl, what she did was she suffocated her. After she suffocated her, she repositioned her body. Now, who she been watching? What she been watching? What crime scenes? I mean, crime TV crime shows she been watching to reposition the body?
Not only that, what is her mom and daddy letting her get away with?
Right, it must be a lot. For an iPhone, why do an 8-year-old got an iPhone anyway?
Even so, what is the mom and daddy letting the 12-year-old get away with?
Yeah, she probably getting away with a lot of things in her household. If she does even to do that to her cousin, what other even things have she done in the house?
That's right. Because they don't wake up overnight like that.
Yeah, they sure don't, and they grow on to see it, or they've been taught. It's been one of the two.
One of the two.
One of the doggone two. I'm telling y'all. Well, I had this audio, and I want you ladies to listen. I don't care, even though she may be an African American woman, but it can happen to anybody in this position. A dollar store worker was attacked by a man, and what's so bad about it, nobody stopped to even try to help, but they looked on to see what was going on. Let me play the audio. Let's see here. Here it is, right here.
While I was listening to her and her problems with management, the other manager, assistant manager, or key holder, whichever one position that she hold, she was inside the store running the cash register. Remind you, I had just came off a break. Okay. She came outside of the store and she had like 3 sets of keys in her hand. When she had the keys in her hand, it was a man at the ice machine waiting on ice. Okay. She instructed me. She turned around and she asked me, "Hey, Renee, are you on break?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. I'm on break." She said, "Okay, fine. You need to go inside and get on the register." I said, "Okay, yes, ma'am. No problem. I will." Okay. As I went inside to get on the register to help the other customers, I went back and I asked her what was her numbers because I wasn't able to log in on the register. As I proceeded to go back and ask her what was her numbers, I seen that she was irritated and frustrated and upset. She threw the keys in my hand and told me, "Here, don't worry about it. You handle this man. You go handle the ice. I'll go back in the store and get back on the register." Okay. She threw the set of keys in my hand. Remind you, this is like 3 different set of keys, y'all. Okay. I proceeded to the ice machine. I went to the ice machine and I'm trying the locks or whatever to unlock the machine. And I'm like, I don't know which key it is to unlock the machine. You know what I'm saying? I'm new. So I don't know which key it is. The customer that was waiting on the ice started getting aggravated. Okay, he was already upset. Me not knowing that him and the manager that was inside had already had confrontation. They had already had a problem.
Okay, now she's about to get into the physical assault, but as you hear, the manager of the Dollar General store already had some level of confrontation with the customer who wanted ice. So there's an existing conflict that has nothing to do with the employee. Here's what happened next.
The man started yelling at me, telling me, adios. You need to get the back in the store. If you don't know what the you're doing, you need to take your fat ass back in the store. If you don't know what the you're doing, seem like you need. I'm like, sir, I'm new. Don't talk to me like that while I'm trying to help assist you. I'm new. I don't know which key it is. I'm sorry, but I don't. Don't talk to me like that. You're not going to disrespect me and then expect me to help you. So I turned around. While me and him was arguing, he pushed me and then punched me. Me? I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend myself. Man or woman, I'm going to defend myself. I've been with men for domestic violence. I've been through domestic. Once I learned how to fight for myself, I told myself I would never let nobody else put their hand on me, period. I don't care what's going on. I told myself to defend for myself. So as this man pushed me, I did punch him back. Yes, I did. Once I pushed him back, he pushed me on the ground beside the ice machine and started stomping me with his steel-toe boots. Now, mind you, the key holder that was working there, the manager that was working there, the people that was there, everybody was outside the store, y'all, and they stood there and watched this man stomp me with his steel-toe boots until he wouldn't stop. Until I could finally get him off of me. Look at my body, my legs. Look at my legs. My leg, my face is swollen. And I got to explain this to my child. But like I said, I defended myself because that's what I was taught to do.
Now, y'all. Now, what the hell, pal?
And the police have been called. I made a report. I sued Dollar General store. I sued that manager. I sued that man. The whole 9 yards.
I'll be that damn store be my name, General. You understand me?
Yeah. And on top of that, when he went to talking crazy to me, I would have walked off and went back in the store and gave somebody else the keys. While you ain't helping him, he not gonna talk crazy to me and expect me to help him. I wouldn't even argue with him. I just would have went back in the store and gave somebody else the keys.
But y'all gonna be shocked on the rest of the situation. Let's go.
First of all, let's be very clear. At this point, if management has already had a problem with the customer, and now the customer is berating another employee, utilizing profanity, being aggressive, well, that is the time when management steps in and says, you have to go, sir. And if you do not, you will have the police called on you for committing trespass. No customer is able to talk to an employee in this manner, period. Real simple, but that's not what happened. There's more, all right? So the customer that was waiting on guys got aggravated. And so she said, I'm trying to help you, right? I'm trying to help assist you. Is how she said. She responded to him, quote, I'm new. I don't know which key it is, which is understandable. I'm sorry, but I don't. She said that is when Pollard pushed her and punched her. Miss Abney said she began defending herself by punching him back. But then he knocked her down on the ground and began kicking her with his steel-toe boots. And several people, including employees and management, just stood there and watched him attacking her. Quote, until I finally could get him off me. She said, adding that she ended up with a swollen face and abrasions on her legs. She describes Pollard as a well-known figure in the community who instills fear in people, which is why no one wanted to intervene. quote, everybody's scared of Big Daz, she said. That's why they said they didn't stop it, because it was Big Daz. We're not afraid of Big Daz over here. So any information I receive about Big Daz, I hope somebody sends me the picture quickly. I'm not CNN. I will post it. What Big Daz has done is under investigation by the police. We're going to get into that. So Abney said she quit the job and reported the incident to the Laurel Police Department in Mississippi, which did confirm they currently have an open investigation that might lead to misdemeanor charges. They wanted to make sure they clarified. Misdemeanor charges against Pollard. Quote, it appears to be a misdemeanor because of the nature of the lady's injuries, said Laurel Police Chief Tommy Cox in a phone interview with Atlanta Black Star. No broken bones, just scrapes, end quote. You see the fix is in, correct? The ongoing investigation has already rendered a conclusion by way of the chief of police because of the unassessed injuries of the victim. Isn't that something? They are choosing to charge him with a misdemeanor if the charges ever actually come. They already have concluded this. Naturally, there are multiple felonies that could apply here. There's more. Chief Cox said he is assisting her in filing a report against Pollard, but it will be up to the local judge on Wednesday during a probable cause hearing to determine whether to sign the warrant for his arrest. I'm not advocating anybody ever lay hands on a woman. That's despicable as far as I'm concerned. But for any kind of assault, the injuries have to reach a very high level for it to become aggravated assault, Cox said. So at this point, it looks to be a misdemeanor assault for the city court. Now, what the chief is saying is holistically untrue, okay? He's saying the crime itself must render more serious injury. So according to the chief, since she doesn't have injuries based on his subjective standard becomes law. What is the measure? The measure is not simply the damage to the human body. If you were trying to harm someone and you had a knife in your hand and you did not cut the person you were trying to harm, but you cut someone who was trying to stop you from harming them, and the cut is not a stab, it's a cut, you get charged with aggravated assault. You know why you get charged with aggravated assault? Number one, you had a weapon. It's steel toe boots are a weapon. Number two, you did what's called transferred intent. You transferred the intent of one victim to the other. Even though it was unintentional, it did happen. It's aggravated assault every day of the week. There's more. Abney also said that management at the Dollar General store decided to not be cooperative in the investigation by not allowing police to even watch the security video footage of the crime. Quote, they didn't even want to give them the tape. They didn't even want to let the officer watch the tape, end quote. Calls for the local Dollar General store where she worked went unanswered, and an email to the company's media relations department in Tennessee remains unanswered. When Ms. Abney did her initial Facebook Live video, it was viewed over 1.7 million times, has received more than 5,900 comments, most of which are outraged by her story. So a few things here. Dollar General Corporate, you have some answers to give. You will not duck, dodge, deny, and deflect this one. This is your corporate entity, regardless of it being a franchise or direct corporate-owned store. It doesn't matter. They have to follow your guidelines in order to maintain their license, period. Also, This attack seems to be perhaps possibly racially motivated with some racial undertones here, maybe through management or elsewhere.
Okay, now Pap, now how you gonna be my employer, my employer, and I get jumped at the store, and you not gonna turn the tape over to the police? You not for sure you're gonna get fouled. You not gonna. I mean, hell no, no. All I gotta see is hell.
That would be
Hell no,
my
hell no.
that would be on the top of the list of me suing the Dollar General store. Cause how you ain't gonna cooperate with the police? That you supposed to cooperate with the police. It happened on your property. I can sue you for me getting assaulted on your property, and you don't want to release the video.
And did nobody stand around? Nobody did nothing.
And
Nothing.
then on top of that, how the chief of police gonna say it's a misdemeanor? It's a misdemeanor. And just like that man said, he had steel toe boots, so that was a weapon.
Yes, that was a weapon. Yes, and I want to thank Rashad Ritchie for the audio over at Indisputable. They got good show. If you don't know nothing about that, you better go and check it out. But Pap, there is nowhere in hell if I went whipping that store and got something for his ass. You understand me? I went up in a dollar. It's too many things up in Dollar General to whoop a motherfucker ass. You know,
Already.
they got, baby, they got pots, pans, they got lamps, they got then you go and jug with. There's no way.
Go down the automotive aisle, get your utility knife. Shit.
Something. Hold on a minute. I gotta guess. What's going on right now, my watch? You heard about what was going on a while ago? What you think about it? Hey.
No, I don't know. Do
What
you
you
know
think
I
about the
have
Dollar General store?
Perp? I forgot you were even live, baby. Like I wish you would have said something in the chat. You know, I still forgot. I gotta get down and share it too. But I don't know what's going on, baby. Salute Cassandra. Salute to
It's a
everybody
lady.
in the chat. What happened, baby?
A lady who worked at the Dollar General store. She got jumped on by a man who comes to the store quite often, and he jumped on and everything. Nobody even helped her. Whatever, she's employee. So now that she had got jumped on by the person supposed to be a pillar in the community, I guess everybody know him by Big Dez. His name is Desmond Pollard. They don't want to share the video with the police department. They don't want to file no charges and with the police department. And there's no way in the hell I ain't gonna file a charge with the police department. I ain't got jumped on by somebody just coming in the store and make a purchase for some damn ice. There's no way in the world I'm gonna get beat up like that.
Oh, where was this? What state was this in, Perp?
It didn't say what state. It
was in Laurel, Mississippi.
Was it Mississippi?
And where, Cassandra?
In Laurel, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, that Mississippi.
There's a name again,
Alabama and stuff. There they go, Mississippi, Alabama, like some parts of Georgia. It just seems like this is becoming. It used to be a lot here in Arizona too. Wow, I'm gonna have to read that story. But I just got here. Did you guys talk about Sonya yet, or what's her name?
Yeah, Sonya Massey. Yeah,
Massey.
They just I think I was just saying I hope her daddy don't take no money. I hope he don't sign no paper with Crump and take no money behind what's going on in his dollar, because I don't understand how people can do that anyway. Take no money.
I seen her son, and they were saying they didn't even tell him nothing. So I seen her son. Does she have any more kids besides the boy?
I think she had two or three kids. Right? She had two kids. I think she had two boys, two kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen the boy. Yeah, speaking, but I hadn't seen it. I've been kind of off the grid a little bit. You know, when Delian comes through, I usually be off, so I've missed a lot. So I'm catching up. So let me go on mute.
When the police come to your house, the first thing you want to holler about mental health, mental illness. Everybody ain't got no damn mental health and no mental illness. Don't come to my house. It's the first thing you say about some mental health and mental illness.
Yeah, but do you know if you go back and you look at that video, one of the very first things that she said was, you know, please don't shoot me, don't shoot. And he was like, why would we shoot? You know, so maybe she had some type of feeling of something, or, maybe she had already gone through something, maybe with the police, but the whole thing was just jacked up. You could tell, something. But if you look at the video, remember after he spoke about the van, right? And he was speaking about the van, and she was like, okay, thank you for coming over. Remember, it was over and done with. But no, he had to take his ass right back over there and start questioning her more. And then they went into her house without a search warrant or anything. They didn't have no right to go into that woman's house the way they did. They did everything. They violated her constitutional rights all the way through the whole thing.
Yeah, and they said they shot her. She got shot in her left side of her face. But see, they just told her son. They didn't tell her son what happened. They just said that she was hurt. She was injured, something like that thing. But they never did come to tell out what really happened. And what gives me is when something happened, they want to try to say it's self-inflicted. That was not no damn self-inflicted wound. That man did that. They try to make believe.
Wait, what was the self-inflicted wound?
They were trying to say she did it to herself. Yeah, they were trying to say she did
now,
it to herself.
How could she do that to herself? Because the only thing I seen she had was, remember, it looked like she was boiling that pot of water. So what was she holding over her face? Was she holding that mitten, that mitten towel thing to take that off? Or was that the actual pot? Or did the pot fall? That's the part that I didn't catch.
I'm thinking when I seen her go down and like she had her mittens in her face when she went down.
Oh, it was okay. It was the mittens. Okay, so
like mittens, yeah.
If you notice that pot of water or whatever she was boiling, remember that was on there first, and then I remember she picked it up, and then I didn't see it. If you go back when she got shot, it wasn't on the stove anymore. So I was wondering, was she holding her face up with that? Pot, or was she holding?
What I seen was when she moved the pot, put her mints on her hand, pick the pot up, and turned to her left to see the pot down. It's like a table or something in front of her. And she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And he said something. She said, "I said, son, I said to make you put the pot down." She said, I'm sorry." And like she holding her mints up in her face, and then when he shot her face, it was like to me.
Okay, so it wasn't the pot she was holding. She was holding the mittens.
Yeah. What you see, Pap?
I couldn't tell because it looked like to me she set the pot down, but to begin with, he told her to turn the pot off.
Right.
He the reason why she walked over there.
Yeah. So you guys, I didn't. That was the only thing that was confusing me, because I was like, I couldn't figure out if she had the pot over her face or she had those mittens over her face. Because if y'all notice, when she got shot and they showed it, you no longer seen the pot. You can't see the mittens either, but you can't see the pot either. So I'm like, what does she do with the pot?
She put the pot down. She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he said something. And she put the pot down. I'm sorry. So I put the pot down. And he started, when we put the pot down, she said, her hands up, said, I'm sorry. And he shot her.
Oh my God. Okay, so they can't say like if she was gonna throw the hot pot of water or oil on them or anything like that.
No, can't say that. No.
It looked like to me that he said put the pot down after he shot.
Right. That I think so too. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to watch it again. I didn't I seen it a couple times because I was just trying to figure out what was that she had, on her face. So it was the mints. It wasn't the pot.
It was her mittens. Yeah, it was her mittens.
And just shot her.
Yeah. That's what happened.
And then if you notice another thing too, after he did that, right after he shot her, the other guy asked if he had, and he said something about he had the camera on. And remember and it's normal protocol. If you're an officer and you shoot somebody, you have to render immediate help to them. And did you see that it took him a minute to say, oh, let me go run and get the thing? He only did that because the guy said, "Did you have your
the guy wouldn't even let him surrender no aid. He wouldn't let him help her. Sean
Because he
Grayson
said in the video I seen, he said, I'm gonna get my medical, I'm gonna get the medical
Yeah.
bag. He said, let her fucking die.
That's what he said.
Wait,
That's
he said that?
That's the
yes.
video I saw.
Oh,
Yes,
you
he
know
did.
what? Oh my
He would
God.
he
I
wouldn't even
got to
let him
go
help
back and
her.
see that. See, I didn't know that. What I
Yeah.
noticed is when the guy asked him if he had his video on, then that's when he was like, "Oh, let me go run and get my medical what's it called." But they
No.
weren't trying to render no help to her at all. When that's
None.
normal protocol. When
No
you
help.
shoot somebody and you're an officer, as long as there is no threat, like there's no guns or no other people around, you're supposed to immediately render help to that person. Even in nursing, right? Say even if in nursing, right? Say that I'm driving, right? And there's a car accident and somebody gets hit and I don't go render aid to those people, regardless if I have nothing to do with it, and I keep going, I can get my nursing license snatched from me.
Huh. Well,
Yeah, for
he
just
didn't want
not helping.
he didn't want her to get no help. He didn't want her to survive. He didn't want to get her to get no help, no
Yeah.
nothing. It was nothing to him because he been. I mean, it was nothing to him because he done been through this before. He already figured that ain't nothing gonna happen to me because ain't nothing happened to him on the other occasions that he done got in trouble about. It just
And
Oh,
I'm
I
sure that
didn't know he had previous cases.
this man had been in so much trouble.
Yeah, see, I have to, yeah, that tells you that I don't know. I have to really, really find out a lot more and watch it. But yeah, Cassandra, that video that you seen where his ass said, let her fucking die, I want that one. I want to watch that one. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I had no idea that that
Yeah,
motherfucker said, let her fucking die. I didn't
yeah.
hear that.
he sure said
Wow.
it. Because the video I saw,
Uh-huh.
I can't remember. It might have been on Meet Your MS Network, or it might have been TikTok. I don't know. But they had the caption for what he was saying, and
Oh wow.
it had the F extra mark extra mark extra mark extra mark ing, and he said, "Let her fucking die."
Hmm.
Exactly what
Wow.
he said.
And then his family members gonna get in there like, uh, he got family. This man, forget you and
She
your
got
Fuck his
family.
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 What about her? Fuck his
She got
family.
family. She got family. She had kids. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
They got the audacity to say he got family.
yeah.
So I
And then
guess
at the hospital,
what's it called? Didn't
at the
have none or
hospital,
what?
huh?
I said so they acting like as she didn't have no fucking family. Talking about he
Yeah.
got family.
Hey, OC girl. Yeah, yeah. But
Hey, salute OC girl, baby.
did you see where um when her son went to the hospital, when her son called the hospital, or whatever, they wouldn't even tell him what happened at the hospital. He didn't even need to know what had
Yeah,
happened.
he said he didn't know. They didn't tell him nothing. He said that at the press conference.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
And then this goes back to what I heard too. It is making sense. Why would he ask her about her mental condition if he didn't already know?
Right.
Well, the
So
reason why I think this is just my opinion, what I observed. The reason why is because the beginning of the call was supposed to be about the black truck or the black car, right? When he got there, I guess she was speaking at first about something else. And then the first thing she said is, don't shoot me, don't kill me. And if you really listen to what she was saying at the beginning, she seemed like she was a little confused. And I think maybe that's the reason why they probably asked about the mental health.
I
And,
heard the video I heard was she had been going back and forth to the mental hospital for different things, and it was one particular nurse that she stayed into it with, and she had
mhm.
cussed her out on several occasions. And that particular nurse happened to be that man's wife, a girlfriend.
Wait, what?
I seen that one with that suit on. I seen her with that suit on, but she cracked
And
my
they
head
said
and
they
stuff.
said she called because she thought somebody was breaking in her house.
Mm-hmm. She hurt
And
And
when
somebody's
that's
he
why they
said
were
to
feelings.
asking.
post
So
her,
you mean to tell me what you're telling me, Cassandra, is that uh, his girlfriend or wife, whatever, works in a psychiatric hospital?
yep, that's the video that I
Oh
heard.
wow.
I seen
I
that
don't know
video. I
how
seen
true
her
it is,
crying. I
but they
seen her.
said,
I seen
And
when she
see,
was
cause
that's
crying.
why
When
it's
they was
very
crying.
important. I'm sorry, Perp. Go ahead.
I seen her when they was crying to my what about his family and his family need help and he was a good man, this and that. And when I seen that video, I seen this girl in a nurse's uniform in a hospital uniform. She was
Mm-hmm.
standing for kids, and I believe they all and him and the guy that was his partner. They all
Uh-huh.
they all in cahoots together. They all know each other. They all hang out.
and first that should have
Wow.
been a red flag to begin with, cause when have the family ever came? They ever did? The family came out speaking out before they was arrested or right after.
Yeah.
They usually wait till they indict them and all that, then they go to interviewing the family. The family don't do no press conference time they get arrested.
Hmm.
That is just
That should have been a
all
red flag right
crazy
there.
though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, that's why, talk about how important it is for us in the medical team. That's why every time they go out on a call, they should have somebody that works, with people that have like mental illness, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody from, a psychiatric facility should always go, because they know how to, you know, dial things down so it doesn't get escalated and everything. And that's why if there was a psychiatric nurse there or somebody working there, they could have made sure that none of that stuff would have happened. And that's why it's important, and they should make it a law. And that's why they have the tensions between the communities and the police officers, because they want to use they force. They never try to take something down. They always escalate it and have it going up. And that's why they should always have um, psychiatric nurses that go out to either every call, or have them work in their own unit inside, or they need some type of training on understanding how mental illness works,
Well, if you
because
ask me,
a lot of this
we
could
need our
be.
own black. We need our own black police force. We need our own.
Yeah, but a lot of the niggas be doing stupid shit too. But the
Yeah,
thing is a lot of these killings, I mean,
yeah.
unalivings, all these unalivings, a lot of them could have been, prevented, if they would have, had a psychiatric. Remember those other two, what's it called, that they had, that the guy had mental illness? Remember the one guy, he was deaf, and he kept on telling them to, walk back and do this, and he didn't hear, and he was doing his hand movements to let them know that,
They shot him.
he was deaf. You know what I'm saying? But if you would have had certain type of medical team there or whatever, they could have stopped a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff.
But they all in cahoots. That man had, like me and Pep said, that man had, tattoos, Scully had tattoos, the tattoos, and they were saying them tattoos meant something on his arm, and had DWIs. He then got put out the army, and this man had a
Wait a
bad
minute.
record. Be a police, but how can he have somebody to be a police? He had an awful record. It's
Wait,
pitiful.
if he got, wait a minute now, if he got, um, so they put him out of the military, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
had a leave from the military. So it wasn't that, he finished his term with everything. He actually literally got kicked out.
No, they gave him a other than honorable discharge.
They
They
gave him
gave him an on. Okay, because I was
yeah.
saying, if he got kicked out like that, then he wasn't. There was no way he could have been
Well, they gave him
with
an
the
you see, they gave him an
police
honorable
department.
discharge, but if they would
Uh,
have stopped it right there, because he made it to help him to hurt nobody else. They should have stopped it
okay.
right there in the arm. They should have stopped it right there.
They should have stopped it right there. Here go the
Go
other
ahead, Pam.
red flag. How in the
Uh-huh.
hell you work for 6 different police stations in 4 years?
That was
Oh
big red
And the
God!
flag.
Now
police
y'all,
station,
Now
Wait a minute.
y'all keep giving me more and more information. So
This is
he
the
worked
catch
for
that,
6 different police departments in 4 years. So was
and
he fired from all these other ones?
he had got in trouble. This one of the catches that ain't nobody. One little detail that Professor Truth dropped that did
Uh-huh.
everybody miss. The police force he was working for, he had a DWI.
Yeah, he had DWI.
What?
He had two DWIs, didn't he?
They had more than two DWIs. He had been arrested for two of them.
Mm. Mm.
Wow. So I wonder when he got caught with the DWIs, I wonder was it alcohol?
More likely. Probably
Because
drugs
yeah,
too.
because you know that people they don't know that when people get hit with a DUI and stuff, with driving under the influence, people think it's automatically alcohol,
No,
but the
it's not.
DUIs are be dope.
It depends on the state, cause some states got DUIs and some states got DWIs.
Right. They
And
like
the
here
state of
they
Texas
have
got
both. They have DUIs and they have DW. They
some states,
do both, but
some
like a lot of
states.
people
Some state.
assume
Mm-hmm.
or
Because Texas just implemented when they decided to make marijuana and hemp legal. Texas just come up with the DUI because they didn't have no driving under the influence. They didn't have that. They had
oh
DWI, driving while
okay.
intoxicated.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh wow. So you got I didn't know that.
Some
Wow. So
some states got
Texas.
both. Some states just got one or the other. Texas didn't have nothing but one DWI. But
Mm,
after Texas decided to legalize hemp, and they can't
uh-huh.
tell the difference between hemp and marijuana without testing it, they have to literally test to see if
Mm.
it's marijuana or hemp. Then they implemented the DUI.
Oh, okay. See, because understand they've always had that, but see, the only thing is the difference between the regular him, which they would just say it's regular what do they call that? That's legalized um everywhere. And they use it for medical stuff too. So say
CBD.
the only yeah, the CBD. The only difference between that is they just take the THC out of it. The
I know
THC
the CBD
is
is the
the
CBD
only
is
thing, huh?
The CBD is mainly hemp, and the only difference between hemp and marijuana, they cousins. The only difference, they look just alike. They grow the same. The only difference, marijuana got THC, hemp don't. So they just
No,
changed it.
actually, it's the whole marijuana plant. They just extract different stuff. Like
No,
if
no,
you want it
no.
to be CBD,
Hemp,
then they just take the THC
no,
out of it and
no.
extract the THC
Hemp
out.
and, hemp and marijuana are cousins. It's two different plants.
Right,
They
but yeah, but it's
they look
grown
just
from the
alike.
same.
The CBD is mainly hemp. They not gonna tell you that, cause the only difference between CBD and hemp and marijuana is marijuana got THC. Hemp don't. If you do
No,
the
no,
research on hemp, they
no,
used to
honey,
use
it's
hemp.
all of it. No,
No,
no, all of it
no,
is
no,
marijuana. All of
no,
it is
no,
marijuana. The only thing is, it's only one plant, and to make it hemp, they just
no,
extract. They
no.
just extract the ones up
Hemp
out of it.
is
I'm telling y'all, if y'all
No,
look it
hemp is
up,
stronger. If you it the stem of hemp is stronger. If you go back and do the research on hemp, they used to make ropes and shit out of hemp.
right?
Go do
And
the
you know
research.
what?
George
You make
Washington had a hemp farm and marijuana farm.
yeah, you
Hemp
make
is stronger.
that. You can make hair care products out of hemp, lotion out of hemp. I used to use the hemp lotion, which is good for the skin, but they all derive from that one plant. And it's just that like there's CBD,
No, they don't.
THC, DCD, I think it's LNC. It's like about 7 different ones, and they just extract the different stuff out of it. Because the only thing that makes it marijuana is the THC, which does the the psychedelic effect. So once they take the psychedelic effect out of it, the THC and the CBD, that's what they even use the plain CBD for. Even kids, use it for seizures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's all derived from the same plant. They just take the stuff out of there. Yeah, watch when we go live or next time, it's a whole full breakdown, and I'm talking about scientifically, and the science shows which ones are which. As a matter of fact, I could send it to you, and you could put it on your thing, Perk, and y'all see what I'm talking about. I was just sitting up there looking at. I had just went to the dispensary and stuff, and got some goodies from a member, and yeah, and it'll give you the whole entire breakdown of it.
Well, I
Let me
just
see if I can even find it. But yeah, y'all right.
I just don't understand, how
I just can't believe what Cassandra just
Mississippi.
said about that guy. Said effing, let her effing die. Like, I think the other guy. Why did the other guy get arrested too, or no? Just the one
No,
dude that shot.
she didn't. He didn't get arrested. I guess they figured he didn't do nothing no way. So, they just wanted that
Yeah, he
man.
didn't do anything, but for him saying let her F and die and all that, he should be on leave under investigation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty motherfucker. Okay, let me go on mute. I'm gonna look for that, but I'm listening. Y'all go ahead. I didn't mean to, stop the show.
Oh,
But
you
go
all
ahead,
right?
y'all.
Okay, but anyway, so
Oh, salute,
like I said,
TT.
they
Hey, TT.
there is no way in the world you gonna be beating me up, and then ain't nobody ain't nobody gonna report it. Ain't nobody gonna report it to the police. If you gonna show the police the videotape, I got beat up by this man because y'all scared of him, or y'all know this man. Yeah, put his ass in jail. That's how I figure.
Right.
Yeah, but not only that, like I said a while ago, this assault happened on your property, so you responsible.
Yes, he is responsible. Yes, yes, indeed. They jumped on that girl. It didn't make no sense. But what I mean, I don't understand this at all. But if y'all haven't heard, it's a 34-year-old man that was released from prison. Some kind of way they try to keep him and put him back in prison. If I'm released from prison, how I'm gonna let you put me back in prison?
I
And
told
I
you
ain't.
what happened. I told you the Attorney General of that state blocked the release.
But how can he do that? That man has served 34 years his whole time in prison. You still trying to keep him down and to make license plates?
That's what happened. The Attorney General of that state. What state was that? Mississippi, Alabama, one of them two, ain't it? I think it's Alabama because no Mississippi because the Attorney General of Alabama is a white woman.
My
The
thing
governor,
is,
the governor of Alabama is a white woman, but it's the Attorney General, whatever state he in prison, and he been in prison since he was 18 years old.
okay, yeah. But my thing is, I mean, how can a judge block that if I done did all my time, then you try to find something else on me to make me do some more time because you don't want to free me, let me go?
It wasn't even the point that he did his time. He was an innocent, and two judges signed off on him getting out.
Yes, them
And
kids,
the
them kids.
Attorney General of that state overruled him and blocked the release. And he
Yeah,
was walking out the door, signing the release papers. And
yeah.
the Attorney General called and had it stopped. He took it to the Supreme Court of that state, and the Supreme Court of that state, I don't remember. I think it's Mississippi. Might be Alabama, but I don't remember the state. But he had to take the Supreme Court went along with the Attorney General. Now he got to take it to the top court, the Supreme
See,
Court of the
that's
United
crazy.
States.
That's if I served my time,
And
I
y'all
mean,
got to prove that I'm innocent. You got
you
to
get what I'm
prove.
saying? And these kids have been lying. And what happened to the kids? The kids who lied on him, what did they do to them? They grown ass people now.
Nothing. They ain't did nothing to him because they probably was WHYTE.
Okay, let's check this out. Let's hear this.
We understand that there may have been some request or order from the Attorney General's office requesting that he not be released.
Before even being set free after being behind bars for 34 years, Christopher Dunn faces another roadblock. Missouri's Attorney General is trying to stop his release by appealing a judge's decision. This week, a St. Louis judge granted a motion to vacate Dunn's murder conviction, saying the St. Louis Circuit Attorney made a clear and convincing show of actual innocence.
There was no physical evidence, no circumstance, nothing else to tie the defendant to the crime.
After 26 years as a judge, Booker Shaw has seen many cases before him in St. Louis City.
We're just very happy with how things turned out.
Now he's helping St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore with Christopher Dunn's case. In 1991, Dunn was convicted of first-degree murder after being charged with shooting and killing 15-year-old Rico Rogers in North St. Louis City. At the time, a 14-year-old and 12-year-old said they witnessed the shooting, but later recanted their statements. In his first year, Gore demanded a judge to look at this case.
Now we're in an era where the law has provided an opportunity for the prosecutor, him or herself, to proceed with a motion to set aside and order the release of an individual who's been convicted. So it's somewhat unique.
The Missouri Attorney General's office still believes Dunn is guilty. In May, during a court hearing, the Assistant Attorney General called Dunn the gunman and said he told lies. With this appeal process in place, Shaw and Gore are working to navigate next steps.
There's no provision for it under the law. And therefore, we just don't know exactly what shape this is going to take.
Now, my thing is, okay, what did y'all do? The kids y'all knew the kids lied. What did y'all do to the kids that lied?
They ain't do nothing. I'm gonna take that back. They didn't do nothing to him because they said they was pressured into saying that he was the one who did it. And that was Missouri, and I'm not surprised because look what go along in St. Louis.
Oh wow. Yeah, I just I just put it inside of the chat. So that right there is the breakdown and tells you what they extract and take out from the plant, and it tells you where it's derived from CBD to THC to hemp, and which oils are part of the marijuana plant that it comes from. But salute to everybody in the chat. Yeah. But yeah, this is insane, y'all. I can't believe that they didn't, take both of them instead, and especially him saying to let her effing die, that they should have arrested him as well, because that's not part of their protocol either. So how did they just let that guy continue?
No, the one who shot her is the one who said let her die.
Oh,
the dude who shot her is the one who said that.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, the smart mouth.
So the guy that shot her said, okay. I thought you were saying that the other dude was like, that's why I was like, he's supposed to render help as soon as possible. He's supposed to. Boy, that's dirty.
No. And my thing is, y'all see. I hope everybody see what's going on now with what's going on now with Mississippi and Alabama. If Trump get in there, I want you to know it's going. I ain't say don't vote for nobody. I ain't saying who to vote for, but I just want you to know if Trump get in there, it's gonna be a little bit worse. You're gonna be called everything else. You just hold on. Y'all better be careful about who you vote for. You better take notes and.
Friend, I gotta disagree with you.
No, we're gonna fight tonight. Let's go.
I gotta disagree with you. Whether you want to believe it or not, it'll be worse if Kamala get in there, because they don't want no quote unquote nigga nowhere in power. Them Republicans already talking crazy about her. So it'll be worse if she get in there. Look what they did to the quote unquote other nigga, Obama.
Yeah. Well, Kamala, what they don't understand is Kamala is not any type of what's called the father is Jamaican and the mother is Indian. You know what
The
I'm
father
saying?
is
So
Jamaican and Indian.
yeah, the mother is, they're Indian and Jamaican. They're not from America and even have any American. Like I said, that would be the first. And the father, he came here, from Jamaica and became a citizen and, did everything he did. Yeah, but the mother, like I said, is Indian. But I'm going to tell y'all, I don't think the fact of the color is going to make a difference, but her going in, it's the fact that they're already talking about it being a woman, period. They said they're not
Yeah, they
ready
liking that.
for
Yeah,
a female. Yeah, they said they're
yeah.
not ready for a female president yeah, so it's just that they don't want no woman, but they have to understand uh when it comes with women and making those decisions. I could see Kamala, her having some critical thinking skills. Some of these men, they just
Where'd
do
you get
stuff
it
on
from?
impulse. They don't have critical thinking skills, and I
Where
think she'd be
Kamala get
good
critical
now.
thinking skills from?
Huh?
Where did Kamala get critical thinking skills?
I think she's been had critical thinking skills.
Critical thinking is not locking up single parents because their kid ain't going to school.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk about this, right? Now, there are some few things I can agree that Kamala, number one, what made me mad is that she was locking up people that were having simple marijuana charges. She was doing, a, I think she locked up about maybe 1,600 people and tried to get the three psych program still going. There's a lot of things that she didn't, right? That she did wrong. But if you look at her record and everything that she signed and everything, it's been pretty good. She's, made some bad decisions. But like we have to think about, look at all the bad decisions that the other ones made. Now let's talk about Biden. Everybody was talking shit about Biden and everything, but 50 years Biden's been in office, for 50 years, with him being, a senator and all that. Now look at all the good stuff. Now there may be a few things that maybe we don't agree with or others don't agree with, but y'all have to really be honest. Kamala has made a few bad decisions. Yes, she has. But look at all the good stuff that she's made and said and did when it
What,
came to women and stuff.
what you
Obama,
do? What you do?
he, what did she do?
Yeah.
Oh God, she signed in a lot of stuff.
What?
Number one with them, well, number one with more money going to black colleges. She was down
How
with that.
that happen to
She
black
was
community when
down with affordable.
the
Well,
black
wait a minute.
colleges
Hold
ain't
on.
putting
You
out
asked
no
me a
productive
question. Let me
citizens?
finish. Let me finish answering it. I can't tell you everyone one by one. She did that. Another thing too. She was one of the big people that was there with helping the other one talk him into signing the Affordable Health Care Act. Also, too, what she did as well is when it came to men and women, she was there voting hard for them to have more maternity leave, especially men, getting men with maternity leave. A lot of women's rights, she's voted for it. But if you go on to the thing, Cassandra, and you look at all the bills that Kamala has signed and what she's pushed for, she may have, like I said, everybody wants to look at every single bad stuff that Kamala's did, but look at everything she signed into law and all the good stuff.
Kamala
They don't
ain't
have,
did nothing. The Affordable
they
Care
got
Act,
her
Obama
record
did that.
though.
The Affordable Care Act, Obama did that. All they did was enhance it.
Well,
The maternity
actually,
leave for the men, Obama did that. All they did was
no,
enhance it.
no,
The
but no, what
HBCUs,
I'm
Trump gave
saying,
more money than Biden did to the HBCUs, and the
no, but I
HBCUs
know that he did. No,
don't
Cassandra,
help
hold
the
on
black
now.
community as a whole, and they not putting out no productive citizens.
But listen, I understand what you're saying about Obama did that. We already know that. But what I'm saying in California, when she was doing this, I'm talking about her record, what she did with the Senate and what she did in her state. And we have to also remember that, like I said, she may done a few things that was wrong that I don't agree with, especially the marijuana and locking people up and doing the few, but she did do a lot of stuff. And you got to understand too that Obama was not the one that actually did the Affordable Care Act. We have to all remember that there is one part of the government that makes the laws, then we have the other part of the government that enforces the laws. And people don't understand the president doesn't come up with all these bills and say yes, because
But
he
it's
can
not a
veto.
law unless it's not a law unless the president sign it. And Obama signed the
Yeah,
Affordable Health Care.
yeah, but you got to remember that they not the one. All Obama does is sign it if the,
And it's not a law
if the
until he
House,
signed it.
if I know, but if the House and the Rep, if they say no, the only reason why they were able to push it through is because at that time we had the Senate at that time. Because
Yeah,
remember
you had the
when the
Senate
midterm elections,
the first 4 years of Obama president, you had the Senate and the House of Representatives. And what did he do
yeah,
for the black community but get up and talk shit to us? Nothing. Kamala was
well,
fighting
there's a
to
lot
keep
of
people
things that,
in jail after the
well, I could say
Supreme
that
Court
he
of
did a lot
California
more
told
in
him
his
let him out.
second. But he did a lot more in his second,
He ain't
what you
did
call,
nothing.
than he
He
did
did
his
for
first. Because
LGBT. He didn't do nothing for us. He didn't do nothing for us.
if
He
he,
gave
you
the
don't
Jewish
think he
people a
did nothing?
reparation, and he gave LGBT. Let them get married.
No,
He ain't did nothing for black community. What did he do
he's
specifically
done.
for the black community?
I feel that he's done a lot of things, but we have to remember,
He ain't did
Cassandra,
nothing. How
he
come
can only.
Mike Brown, Trayvon Moore, uh, uh, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, all of them got killed during Obama's presidency, the 12 years. He didn't do nothing. He turned around and gave the police qualified immunity.
No, I'm
Why
gonna
them
tell
white
you what
boys, why them
happened.
boys would get shot dead in the street?
Yeah, but first of all, there was nothing with these psychos out there. There was nothing that he could do. He did put a
What
lot
he
more
could, it was
money.
police killing them.
And
It was
but
police
wait, there
killing them,
wasn't
one of them but
anything. If
Trayvon
there's some
Moore.
psychos out there, I mean, and they doing stuff. There's a lot of people that got killed. Also, too,
So Obama couldn't do
he's the
nothing
one
about the
that brought.
police and he the top
But
cop?
okay,
The president run the
well, go
executive
ahead. I'll
department.
let you
He
go
couldn't do
ahead, and then
nothing.
I'll
He couldn't
finish.
do nothing for the police. He gave him qualified immunity. He couldn't stop him from killing people in the street.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you what he did. First of all, when they tried to come and pirate a ship, he took that person out. He's the one that found Osama bin Laden, took him out. But this is the most important thing now, Cassandra. I want you to think about this. I understand what you're saying, right? And you said that we had control of everything. We had the Senate, the House, and we had the presidency, right? So I want you to think about this. Just like people think that we're the one that vote for the president and put them in office, we don't. The Electoral College does. But yeah, but I want you to think about this. Okay, when Obama got in, right? Obama already had a huge mess, and people aren't understanding and respecting that. When Bush, what did he say? He said he is not going to bail out the banks. He's not going to bail out housing. I think housing was the worst here in Arizona. Everybody was losing their housing, right? The car companies,
What
the
did
banks,
Obama
the
do?
housing. Wait,
What did
hold on.
Obama do?
Wait, hold on, Cassandra. Let me finish this, please. So when they decided they were not going to bail out any car company, they weren't going to bail out the banks, we would have went into the biggest depression of everything. And
Wait a minute,
everybody was
hold on.
like, no, no. So what did Obama do? Obama said, we are going to bail out the banks. We're going to bail out housing. And we're also going to bail out the car industry.
Obama did
Because if
not
you,
bail out the housing because all them people lost their housing. He bailed out the banks.
no,
He bailed out the banks.
yeah, but it happened in the
I helped
Bush.
my cousin move out of her house because of the housing
But this
crisis.
happened in
He
the
bailed
Bush
out the banks
administration.
and the car companies. He did not help the people that was affected by it at all. Giving money to the banks and the GM and Ford and Diamond Chrysler. That's not helping the people that lost their houses in this
No,
mess.
it did
In the
help the
mess where
people
the banks
because
were doing the crooked jobs anyway. He bailed
I
out the
know, but
people
if
that
the
caused
banks,
it.
Okay, Cassandra, think about it. If he didn't bail out the car industry, if he didn't bail out the banks, and if he didn't bail out all that, right? If he didn't do that, do you know that we would be in a depression right now if he didn't bail them out? Imagine how many people would have lost their jobs and
What about
everything.
all the
These
people
are
lost
middle
their
class
houses? What
people.
about all the people that lost their houses? You could have bailed out. Everybody lost their houses in the crisis that the banking companies
Yeah, but it happened
they
in the Bush
started it. Do you know what
administration.
was going on in that crisis? The banks were selling people mortgages and wasn't telling them. So you selling my
But the
mortgage? I
bank,
don't know.
yeah, but that
I'm paying the
happened
wrong
in the
people my
Bush
mortgage payment. I have
administration,
no
though.
idea. I'm paying the
It
wrong
didn't
people my
happen in
mortgage
the
payment.
Obama
And Obama
administration.
helped the people that started the crisis instead of me. I'm the little man that got swooped up in here because you sold my mortgage and didn't tell me who you sold it
No,
to for me
Cassandra,
to
it
take the
was
right
bad in
bill.
Arizona. Arizona was hit the worst. Look it
And
up.
that's what happened. I'm telling you
But
what happened. The banks were selling mortgages and not telling the people.
but it happened in the Bush administration.
And so
It did not
Obama go
happen
and
in the
bail the people out
Obama.
that caused the problem.
Huh?
He bailed out the people that caused the problem. Not the people
No.
that the problem
Okay,
affected.
but if he
He
did
bailed out
not
the people
bail
that
out the
caused
banks,
the
the
problem.
cars, and help with the housing, then we would have been in a
The banks
depression.
caused the problem. That's what I'm saying. This is you're not listening to what I'm saying. The banks caused the whole housing problem. They did it. And he bailed out the people that caused the problem, not the people that was affected by the problem.
Right, but what did he do when he did
He
that,
helped
right?
the banks. He didn't help the
Remember,
people.
he put in a whole bunch of brand new stuff with the banks that they could no longer do. Remember, he put in all those new things because what happened was Bush had allowed them to run amok and the banks to
But
run amok by themselves and do what they want to do. Obama put
Obama
a
didn't do
whole bunch
nothing but
of,
change the sock, and
not
all he
only did he
did
put
was
sanctions on them,
fix the accounting for the banks. That's exactly what
no,
he
he
did.
did.
Yes, he did.
No,
I know for a fact at the time I was getting my bachelor's degree in accounting, and all he did was implement SOX and change the accounting principles for the bank.
right. But let me tell you,
And that's what
I have
happened to people that done lost their
I
house.
have a
That's
cousin.
happened to banks.
Yeah, I have a cousin that works at the banks, right? I've got a cousin that works at the banks and stuff. And with her being there, of course, not only did she explain some stuff to me, but I'm not gonna say this, so don't nobody,
Hey,
think of
Tiffany.
this because my sister didn't tell me much. But with my sister being a federal judge, I knew about a lot of that stuff too that was explained to me, of course, and I read the stuff as well. This all happened in the Bush administration. And if you remember, Obama put in a whole bunch of new laws, a whole bunch of new things that banks could no longer do because they're the ones that opened that up. Bush did and relaxed it to allow us to get into the predicament.
The
And if
only
he didn't bail
thing
out the
Obama
banks,
did
if he
was
didn't
rewrite the accounting and made the banks notify the people when they was gonna sell their mortgage. Cause that's what they was doing, selling the mortgages and wasn't telling the people.
Okay, but it didn't happen in Obama's administration, is what I'm
Well,
saying.
he didn't fix it for the people. He gave the banks back their money. He didn't give the
No,
people their
no, he
houses
did
back.
not. Remember, they had to pay it back.
What they have to pay back? He bailed the banks out.
Re-
You might need to go research that.
No,
He
okay,
bailed the banks and the car industries out. He bailed the companies out. Bailing the companies out is not helping the little man. You putting
yeah,
more
but they
money in the
still have.
company pocket.
Yeah, but if not, if the banks and everything would have been dead, we would have been in a depression, and everybody would have lost their jobs. Do you know how many
How
jobs
everybody
would
would
have
have lost
lost
they
in
lose.
Detroit?
So it's better to lose your job than lose where you gotta live at?
No, what I'm saying,
Well,
if
that's what
he
was
did
happening.
not
That
bail them
people would
out,
lose their
they
houses.
would not have had, you know how many jobs and people would have lost. They had already lost a whole lot because it happened here. Arizona lost more than anybody. But if Obama did not come and save and bail it out, because
Obama,
remember, the Republicans were like, let them go down, let all them
of
people
course, let
lose
the
their
banks go
jobs,
down because they was
let
running
them
everything. The banks caused the whole problem. That's what I'm telling you. Obama did not bail.
I'm not saying
Obama
that they
did
didn't
not do
cause it.
nothing
What
for
I'm
the black
saying is,
community. Obama ain't did nothing.
But what I'm
I
saying is none of this happened under his administration. It all happened under the Republicans. And if he didn't bail them out, we would have all been screwed, is what I'm saying. All I'm saying,
The
Cassandra,
people
is
that
this.
was losing their houses was the one who screwed. Why he didn't help them?
Yeah,
Everybody
but
lost
we
their house. He
already
should have
know
gave it back to them
he
because
did.
what was happening was fraudulent and
No,
unethical
but he
activities
did,
taking
baby.
place
That's the
by
whole
the bank
thing.
selling the mortgages.
Hey, salute, Pat. Salute,
Hey,
Mama
hey,
Lot.
TT.
Salute,
Salute,
sir.
but
Right, TT.
Hey,
remember that when
can I
he
just jump
saved
in real
them,
quick and say something?
go ahead.
I think that we tend to put too much emphasis on what the president can and cannot do when they become, when they first elected into office. I think that what they have to do is follow up with the last 4 years of that past administration has implemented, because it does everything has to go to Congress, then you have to vote on it, then he has to get
Yeah.
a chance to veto, make the decisions based off of that. It takes a while to put a law in
Right, and
place.
that all happened in Bush
And I
administration.
think I think the problem was being a part of the black community, and I even I'm at fault for this. My perspective was, okay, now we got our first black president. What are you going to do for us, right? I think
Right.
that police brutality got enticed up to level 1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You probably did have some that felt some type of way, and
Mm-hmm.
the problem is that when you get a president that gets up there and they kind of encourage that, it
Mm-hmm.
follows suit with what's going on. Now we got a new set of stuff happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even have Trump back in office yet.
Right, but
You got
right,
to
what
look
I
at
was
the history and the pattern of what's gone on, and the reasoning why this stuff happens. I don't think Obama came in as the almighty savior to bail us out of all X, Y, and Z. I think he did what he could. Do you
Well,
understand what
if
I'm
he didn't
saying?
bail us out, well, what I wanted to, and I'm finna drop down and help Noah real quick, and I'm gonna come back up. But what I wanted to tell real quick to Cassandra too is that when all that stuff had happened, like you were talking about the killings, right? What happened was with the NRA, the National Rifles Association. What he did was he did put in them things so they didn't have those automatic, those machine guns and be able to put those things on them. Obama did put in a thing to get rid of it, but what happened was they voted against it. So
But
he did try to stop
right.
those automatic guns that were even
And we
killing the kids.
understand that, but we also understand that this
But
is a ploy. That's they put them
right, but
here.
he did do
They
something
put
when
them
she was
here for
saying that
us to
they
eliminate
got killed
ourselves.
and they all got killed. And the thing people been getting killed, with all
But
these
we
shootings, but
specifically
it was
talking
the
about
guns that they used. And
we
Obama
specifically
did
talking
put
about
that.
police brutality, right?
The police don't use
Wait,
a machine
Obama did
gun.
put that in there, but the Republicans voted against it. That's why it
Okay.
didn't go
The
through. So he
police
was
don't
So
use
trying
where
to
in
machine
change
guns.
training,
those type of
where
guns.
in police? Okay, so not on watch. Let me raise this question. Where
Mhm.
in police training does it say that my instinct should be to be afraid of the perpetrator before the perpetrator even becomes a threat to me? Where in police training does it say that that's okay? It's
Oh,
never
it,
said it
it
was
doesn't, but
okay.
we know that the police is dirty anyway
You gotta
from the
understand, Mike.
beginning.
That's why they say throw your hands up. Show them that you don't have a weapon. Show them that you're
Right.
dumbing down to their level, because you don't want them to feel like you're a threat to them, because they will shoot you and kill you. They're
Yeah,
not
but do
even
you
using
guys
a
remember
taser.
that Obama was fighting the NRA and he was fighting the
This
Republicans
so
when
this
they
so this goes
when
beyond
they would
gun
not
laws.
take
This is
away
in
the
our own
automatic
police
machine
force.
guns?
So the problem is we should have been saying defund the police a long time ago if they're not going to be trained correctly, and if you're going to continue to hire policemen into the force that know they got a criminal background, haven't
Hmm.
passed the proper test, the mental state of these police officers is off somewhere.
Did y'all forget he put in that new one too? Did y'all forget about that?
Cause
I
hell,
got
I've had plenty of issues with
He put that
where
in
I've
there
been
too.
on the
Y'all,
side of the road, had to call the police, have them come and help me off the side of the road. I have had really good officers come and tend to me. I
right,
haven't
me
had none
too.
of them talk crazy to me. And I've been on this space, I've been on this earth 43 years. So I've had
Right.
multiple issues where I've had to deal with the police. I'm
Well, I'm
saying
going to
what is
tell
going
you,
on in these
police
specific states
brutality has been going on
and their
from the
training.
beginning.
Yeah,
It
I
is
got,
hate has
what
never stopped,
administration
but
is
that
really
man
going to
did try
defund
to
the
take
police, y'all?
I
Because
certain
if
got
we
two.
don't
guns
deal
and
with the
he
police,
did
we're going to have to
do
deal
a
with
I
thing,
got
but
martial law.
y'all
2
got to
points.
think they're fighting them if they're stopping them, just like he was supposed to get those two. Remember, y'all, he was supposed to get those two judges, right? It was his pick, Obama's pick, to get those judges. And what did they do for the Supreme Court? They stopped them from doing it so they could stack the courts, so it could be Republican, you know what I'm saying, ran. And what they did is they jacked him on that. So you got to remember all the stuff that they were stopping
I got
Obama
2
from
points.
doing. Like
I got 2 points.
he can't just put in whatever laws he wants to
Trump
and
did.
sign
He
them.
wrote executive orders.
Yeah, but you can only do executive orders on certain things, though.
You can do
Y'all,
executive orders on whatever you
okay,
want to. Top
I'll
top.
tell y'all what. I'm finna help
Right.
Noah real quick. I'll tell y'all
Okay.
what. I'm gonna do a live, right? I'm gonna do a live next week, and I'm gonna grab all the stuff that Kamala Harris did and she didn't do, what Obama did and what he didn't do, and all.
Mhm.
Then you guys and Biden and his record.
Okay.
Do y'all agree that in Biden's 50 years, that Biden has done a lot of good shit for
I
the
agree.
people?
In Biden 50 years, the 94 crime bill locked up a whole bunch of black people and broke up the family that
Yeah,
he
but
called
all
Biden's
that they've
bill.
all done that
I
though.
think they've
No, they
all
haven't.
equally listen. I think they all have equally done their good, and they've all have
They
equally done
have. You
their
right.
fair share of
But
stuff that
they've
they
done more
did.
good
But
with these
Well,
bills that they
now I'm
signed.
gonna watch Cassandra Perp. Can y'all
Y'all
at
got to
least
look at
agree?
all the
Can
bills.
y'all at least agree with me on this? Some
Uh,
of these certain states, we gotta go and back and rethink what's going on in this police training. The police academy is something off.
mm.
The
Well, what's
mental
off is
those
they're hiring
mental
a lot of dirty
train
people.
those
We just
mental tests and stuff they put them through. They obviously not they passing them through, knowing they
Yes.
Yep.
should be passing them
Yes,
through,
they are.
because something is terribly wrong with a woman
I
who's
can
standing
agree
at
with
her
that.
stove under instruction from the police to tell her to turn her fire down off her stove, right? And she
Yeah.
throws her hands up after saying, "I rebuke you," because this man said, "I'm stepping back because I don't want to be hit with no boiling water." So you
Yeah.
made the threat on yourself before she was even a threat. Then she throws her hands up and she gets shot in the head anyway.
Right, but we're talking about one person. The police been doing this shit from the 40s, even before I was
Okay, and
born. With my
Mike Brown didn't. From my understanding, when did Mike Brown banish a weapon?
He didn't have one.
none, but none
I
of
got.
these people did. Trayvon Martin, none. But let me tell you what. Let me tell you one thing, and I got to drop down real quick. This has been going on. Police been doing that. Do you know who applies? A lot of people that apply for those type of jobs. You'd be amazed of how many Ku Klux Klan members are part of the police department. How
Oh.
many racist people?
So
I
that
mean,
so
they
then they
don't
need
give
to
them a
be.
thing on how they
So then
racist
they
and
need to
question them.
defund them and start all over and start from scratch and do it
Yes.
the right
That's
way.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so say they defund, you defund the police department, right? You defund them. Let's just say you do that. So when people call for these emergencies, rather it could be somebody breaking in, somebody murder, whatever, they defund the police and they don't have them. Who's gonna come, even though they be fucking up and killing people and everything in the community? Who's gonna get there to the house to be able to help these people? Say I right now my chest is hurting and I have a heart attack and they call 911. The very first person that comes, right, is the police. So if somebody's breaking into my house or say somebody kidnaps my kid or anything like that, who am I going to call? If we defund the police,
Well,
how are we going to,
it's
even though
across
they
the
fuck up?
board that they are not required to have on they are not here to preserve, to serve and protect. No way. That's across the
No,
board.
I agree. I agree with
So,
that. They aren't here to serve
and
and
as
protect.
far as
But
defund the police, everybody wants you to think about it's gonna cut the police fund. Now that ain't gonna cut the
you
police
can't
fund.
defund the police
What
because how are we
defund the
going to
police
have.
is stop giving them military equipment that Biden done gave them. And
Hold on,
and
can't
Biden,
we just
wait.
Biden done
Biden
can't
gave
gave
we
them
just
them.
military
don't do us
equipment
now?
They
along
need
with
to
them.
take the
Military.
equipment
How
from the
come we
Yes, they
can't just
did.
people. From the
temporarily step
people.
in and handle stuff till you figure out what to do with your police force? Because it's
Y'all got to
very corrupt.
remember. Y'all got to remember that Obama put it in to take those
They the real
automatic
freaking gangsters in
weapons
the
and those
U.S.
what you call
Hell,
away.
forget the
They
Bloods
shut
and
it
Crips. They
down.
wearing
I
They
got
did
two.
not
freaking
send it.
I got 2 points. I got 2 points, and I'm through. Mike Brown had his hands up.
He
Number
sure
two,
did, and
the
so did
average
Trayvon
person that the
Martin.
police shoot is shot with a handgun, not a machine gun.
But what does that got to do with Obama?
Obama, him taking the machine guns, he taking them from the people on the street because the average police is not what.
Yeah,
If
but
them,
baby, we
that
talking
machine
about
guns
one
is in the trunk of
person,
their car.
Cassandra.
They got a handgun on their hip, and that's what they killing
I
people
know,
with,
but you're
the
saying
handgun.
that all these people got killed under his thing. Like, if there was a crazy psycho full of shit police, I'm sure they were the police and they were dirty and probably racist before he even got in office. So,
Now I know why
like,
history tells us that 90% of the police is corrupt, and
yes,
and there's
yes,
something very
I
wrong with
agree
that.
with that.
There's something very wrong with that because this stuff
But
is
what does that
happening
got to
in
do with
50 states.
Obama, though?
Because
I didn't say nothing about
Obama was the
Obama.
one who gave them qualified immunity not to be prosecuted. If it
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
for the
but
fact
wait,
people took
wait,
to the
hold
street,
on. Not to
Obama
be
gave them qualified
prosecuted with the
immunity.
Mike Brown.
Obama gave them qualified immunity. If it wasn't for the fact when George Floyd got killed and people took to the street, that's when more police got started getting arrested
When,
for shooting these people for nothing.
yeah, but do you
Because
agree?
Obama gave them qualified immunity.
Wait, no,
Yes, he did.
Cassandra. Let
Yes, he did.
let
Yes, he
me.
did. Go look it up.
Okay, let
Go
me
look it
ask
up.
you. Okay, but let me ask you a question though. When Obama went and he was trying to force the NRA, right, to not only do the proper background checks and not just give it out, he even wanted it to be done at gun shows, and
He
they
didn't
shut
have
that
to go to
down.
the NRA for
They
that. He could have wrote an executive order and said, "This is the law on
He
what you
could
do
not
for
do the
buying guns."
executive
Why
order
he
on
didn't
that
do it?
one.
What is an
You
Why
executive
he
can't
didn't
order?
do
do it?
executive orders on anything.
Why he couldn't do it? That's my
Well, how
whole
about
But
point.
we
you
hold
got
our
to
He didn't
folks
do
up
remember,
and see
executive
how
order
many
Obama
on
states
did.
one of them
nothing.
say they
He
gonna
did
sign an
fight the
executive order to
NRA, and
defund
he took it.
these motherfuckers because
And the
they
reason
dirty and
why
they
he went to
crooked.
the NRA is because of the fact that the Senate and the House would not pass it,
Okay, but
because the
Nah, he
can we
went to
Republicans
the
would
NRA
not
because they
can
pass
got
we
all
those
the money
gun
and they
discuss?
laws to
backing
be
all
Can
taken
of
we,
it.
away.
instead of discussing the stuff that's gone wrong in the past, can we discuss how we supposed to be helping make a difference? Like, how about we?
Well, when it comes to politics, everybody's going to have their own opinion.
Yeah, I know, but what's the solution
Well, what the
based
solution
off of what we've
is to
seen?
get the heck up out of America, because it ain't going to change.
Nah, the
Well, now I'm
solution
gonna
is
watch.
the solution is, in my
I was
opinion,
gonna go live and talk about that because there was a lady online, doing she was doing a conference and she was explaining why it's probably time to go on and kick rocks now rather
Yeah,
than later. But my thing is
yeah.
everybody don't have the means to just pack up and go like that.
No, we don't.
No, they don't have the
but
means. You're right, but it
my
ain't going to
thing is,
change.
my thing is, why would you leave your own home? This is yours. Why would you get up and leave it?
Well, you know
Well,
what? This is
Cassandra, we
how I
talk about
feel.
this all the time.
Well,
Ain't
then we
enough of
can't
us that care
complain
about
about
this
nothing
being
then.
our
You
home.
can complain about everything because number one, for the last 60 years, the black people been giving their vote to the Democrat, and the Democrat ain't did nothing but shit in our face. So the solution
I
is,
agree. I agree with that.
you don't give your vote away for free. If they ain't putting nothing on the table, top three reparations, qualified immunity, and give us a hate crime bill, they
But
ain't
you're
offering the
right.
black
They
community
always say
nothing.
that.
I was just about to say, why
The Democrats,
they need us to
they
run
have been
country, right?
using and thinking black people
Right,
only
TT.
vote for
So
Democrats, but it has
if we hold
changed.
back, listen, we need a lot of changes made. What the hell am I giving you my vote for if you can't sign an executive bill to defund the crooked police that you got running around here? They the biggest
Right.
gangsters.
But
Y'all
y'all have
call
to
y'all call us
understand it
gangsters and
doesn't.
tormentors and
Okay,
stuff.
tell me, what does your vote do?
Shit don't look like about nothing. It don't look like it's doing much of
Exactly.
anything.
So, okay, remember Hillary
Your
Clinton
vote
had the
don't do
popular vote,
nothing.
right?
Your
Hillary
vote don't
Clinton
do
had the
nothing because
popular
ain't
vote.
nothing on the table for you.
But what
That's
I'm
why it
Yeah,
don't
and
do
saying
they
is
said
nothing.
they
we
was
don't
gonna
even
defund the
vote the
police though.
president in anyway. The Electoral College does. So what I'm saying is, what is our vote doing anyway? When I
Because your vote
became
is supposed to say
independent,
who
I don't vote for just Democrats anymore. I vote for the better man and look at their history and look at what they've
You
done.
look at the policy, you vote for policy, you vote for policy. Ain't nobody got they don't go pandering to them white folks.
Yeah,
They don't
they
go
do. But at
pandering to
this
them
time,
Asian people.
the
They don't
only
go
thing that I
pandering to
really want to vote
them
for is what they're
LGBT.
going to do
They
for
don't
our
go
think
pandering
about
to
Noah's
nobody but black
future.
people. How
That's
many
it.
times in the last 4 years have Kamala came and talked to the black people? How many times? How many times has she been to the black forum? How many
Well,
Yeah,
times Steve
I
Harvey done
really
sit
well,
down
don't
with her?
know with her
How
being
many
vice
times? Not
president
address
now.
one.
lower class, middle class, but she ain't addressed the poor, the homeless,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people
but
that
I'm
done
sitting
lost
up
And she
there.
ain't
everything they
addressed the
had
black
because
community
the
as a
government won't
whole.
give them nothing.
But
She
I'm
ain't,
asking
she
y'all
ain't
right
addressed the
now
black
at the
community as
fact
a
that
whole because she told
what
you when
does
she was
our
running for
vote do?
president she wasn't going to do nothing.
I know, but I'm asking y'all, what does our vote do?
If ain't nothing on the table for us, our vote ain't going to do nothing, and ain't nothing been on the table for us for 60
But
years,
our
and we
vote don't
steady
do
been voting.
anything anyway. Okay, how do you guys think a president gets chosen?
The
Not
electoral
by the
college, that's common
people.
sense. Everybody know that. Okay, but the question is, what is the electoral college made of?
So it's made of what they put it in each district that the Republicans came up with because they were losing to the Democrats all the time. So what they did was they put in some new laws and rules and everything to stop that. And that's where the Electoral College came from.
No,
Just like,
no, it ain't.
wait, hold on real quick. Just
No, it
like
ain't.
they try to stop voting on Sunday. You know how the black people used to get on the bus together all after church and they would go vote? Guess what? Trump was taking that away to stop them from voting. Do you know that the reason why that we arrested Rudy Giuliani and the rest of them, because they were here in Arizona, they was basically trying to rob the vote. Trump and everything that they were doing. That's why they put those warrants for his arrest, and that's why we arrested Rudy Giuliani and everything right now. But like I'm saying, y'all, it doesn't matter because we're not the ones that vote for the people and get them in here in the first place, because the Republicans changed that because the Democrats would have been
No, they
winning with the
didn't.
popular vote.
If
We
you go back,
always
the
win
electoral college
with the
been there ever
popular
since.
vote.
The electoral college been there ever since they started electing presidents, and the electoral college is made up delegates from each state. If you
Right.
vote that delegate in, he's supposed to be voting your interest because you
They
voted him
supposed
in.
to. But just
You
like,
voted him in.
yeah, but
That's
just
what the
like the
vote is for
delegates,
right there.
remember what happened?
So you saying
Remember, people think that it's
vote with the
chosen by the
delegates is
popular
what
vote.
matters.
Wait,
I
hold on,
told
y'all.
y'all
I'm
we
gonna
should be
come. Let me
I
help
told y'all
Noah.
we
I'm
should
gonna
be
come
voting
back
in
up.
these
Okay.
primaries come and go, but we should definitely be voting in our state issues.
That's right. That when you vote for your state representative, the state picks the delegates.
Well, that's why I'm pleased with where I live, Cassandra, because I don't feel like the police are that rough here. I really don't. We don't have police brutality. And in all of
Mm-hmm.
the many years that they've been dealing with this stuff, I'm like, somebody do something. Shit. We can lose all our people. What the
Yeah.
hell you talking about? You go in somebody's house and you could have left. Like I was telling Perp, I said that police officer could have left. What the hell was you still standing in her house for? You said there
Because
wasn't no perpetrator outside of her house. You done went around the perimeter of her home, didn't see no truck, didn't see nobody there being a threat. So what the hell was you still standing there for?
because I got to agree with Big O. That was retaliation and initiation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it
Well,
was.
we sick of that. We sick of that. Period.
We got more to come, y'all. Check it out. Y'all know how they were saying in the industry, how people was going, how they was going in, mess with kids and things like that. Well, Bernie Mac wasn't having it. Check it out. They tried to sit Bernie Mac up. He said, hell to the no.
Ain't no coincidence the best one dead. Bernie Mac showed you who he was when they tried to put that little boy in his lap for that photo shoot for his TV show.
So what you saying?
Did you see that?
Actually, on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait? No.
It would be her.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I?
I'm gonna show you. Ow! All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your lap. No. All right. He's actually gonna sit on your lap. No. Okay. Do we have the apple box?
I'm just letting you know. Bernie Mac I'm going to tell you, I never hung out with Bernie Mac, but I'm from Chicago, and I watched how Bernie Mac moved. Bernie Mac wasn't finna let them people put no little boy in his lap.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. On the set of that show, yeah.
Hey, he was, hey, no.
He's actually gonna.
Bernie Mac was not gonna let him put no kid in his lap. And y'all
Nope.
see how big that boy was? He was a tall boy. He was a big boy to be sitting in a grown man's lap.
Yep. I saw that video once before it came down my timeline. I saw that. And they is afraid of a masculine black man, a strong black man. They do not take that.
But why would you want to try to put this boy in his lap? He still saying no, and then you gonna turn around, he gonna go on the other side. He said no. So Bernie Mac said, forget it. I'm gonna sit him down right here beside me. You can't. He won't. I mean, should no kid being no grown ass kid that tall being no grown people lap no damn way.
Hey, Perp, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, baby. Okay. That was wrong, Pab. That was wrong. Let's check out Kendrick Lamar.
One detail everyone missed in Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us video. The video opens with this scene. This iconic door knock is called Shave and a Haircut 2 Bits.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
The 7-note riff originated from Charles Hale's 1899 minstrel song, At a Darktown Cakewalk. Darktown was an African-American neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia, reflecting Kendrick's final verse.
Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game.
While the term cakewalk has since been twisted to mean easy victory, the word is rooted in racism and refers to dance competitions enslaved Africans were forced to perform on plantations where cake was the prize. The cakewalk became a way for slaves to openly mock and ridicule the mannerisms of their enslavers.
You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer.
Now you know.
Yeah, I remember we was in school. We had cakewalks in school. You remember that, pal?
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep. At the carnival, every time you go to a Halloween carnival.
I'll never go to another cakewalk again. You hear me? Never. I mean, I would never go to another. Now I know what you're talking about. I won't never go up in there. But you remember how we talking about Whitney Houston, about how she was in the bathtub and things like that? Well, nobody never said that Whitney Houston had bruises on her. Have you ever heard that before?
Yep.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
I've never heard that before.
I told you they said the day before she died, her and Clive Davis had a fight.
So she had them kind of bruises on her like that?
That woman said she came back, said Bobby Christina was in it too, and Whitney came back crying, and she kept asking her what was wrong with her, and she just said me and Clive had a fight. And she thought maybe it was just an argument or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard she had bruises and stuff all over.
I didn't know that until now, girl. Check it out.
What was really weird was that the autopsy report mentioned external trauma on Whitney's body, but the coroner ruled that there were no signs of foul play. And get this, a private investigator named Paul Hubel later challenged the official ruling and claimed Whitney had defense wounds on her body. Jaguar Wright later said the same thing and claimed Whitney's family saw that Whitney had marks on her body that looked like she was fighting with someone.
She was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub. Like, she was.
Now, you're probably wondering what all this has to do with Diddy. Well, let's start with the fact that Diddy attended Clive's Grammys party on the night Whitney died. And days later, he appeared on The Ellen Show looking very nervous and uncomfortable when Ellen asked about the party.
I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yeah, she was so full of life, so full of just joy, and she always made you feel like she noticed you and recognized you and spoke to you, and she'll definitely truly be missed.
Did you notice how fast he reached down for that mug on the table the moment Ellen brought up Clive's party? Also, isn't it insane that Clive picked Diddy to give a speech at the party after Whitney died? Whitney and Diddy were never close. Like, never. But Diddy was close to Bobby Brown, the man who admitted he was physically mistreating Whitney during their relationship. In fact, last year when BET gave Diddy a lifetime
I remember that time when Bobby Brown was treating Whitney really bad. I remember he was treating her bad. I remember that. He was treating her really, really, really shitty there for a minute. I remember that. But I'm just still trying to figure out how they're gonna put P. Diddy to speak for to make a speech for about Whitney, but she ain't fool with him. Nobody fool with him but Bobby Brown.
That was the first thing to me when I see. I'm like, what the fuck he doing up there talking about it? Ain't nobody just really seen them together.
Never. You ain't never seen them
I'm being
together
honest now.
nowhere.
I'm being honest. When he did that, I'm like, why he even talking?
Yeah. I guess Clyde feel like he let him say something. I guess Clyde David didn't want to say nothing. He probably said the wrong words and put his guiltiness out there. That's what I believe.
He might Clyde Davis probably sent him up there to do it to her.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder where was he at the time that she was.
How? Wait a minute now. They said Whitney Houston had been upstairs a whole hour before the party started, and Puff Daddy was the first one at the party.
Yeah, what was he
Did
at?
Ellen DeGeneres just say you was the first one to show up at the party? Now how he get there first and she been up there at that? Now if she had been up there dead for an hour, the police and stuff should have been there. So how was he the first one there?
He like you said, he probably was the one who did it. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
not only that, can anybody get a time frame with the time he got with the time he was first seen downstairs from the time she was upstairs? Can anybody put a time?
Exactly.
Can anybody put a time frame on that?
My point exactly.
And
how can you? My biggest thing is if you gave a 2 damns about her, a half a damn about her, why would you have that party in the same hotel where she died at?
Yeah, that's right. Now, y'all know that we are African Americans, and I don't mean no harm to the porcelain people, the Syrian people, whatever, but it just been the true fact. Now, y'all like I tell y'all all the time, keep in contact with your kids because they are trying to blame our black men from doing things that they haven't even done, just to get them a record. And they will give us a record for things that we ain't got no control of, we ain't had nothing to do with. They just put us in jail like our black men, stuff like they did back in the 70s, back when they did in the 60s, the 50s, and 40s. Let's check this out.
Surveillance footage shows authorities with guns drawn detaining Tracy Shepard and arresting her son Mark Crooms Friday evening at their home in Humble. It was Mark's 20th birthday.
They ain't even tell me right away that what I'm being arrested for. They waited till I got to the car and I asked myself, I said, what am I being arrested for? They said murder. And I was like, the murder of who? They slammed the door in my face.
Police arrested and charged Crooms with the murder of 19-year-old John Dennis Holmes III. Crooms was friends with him.
So what evidence did they say they had that led back to you?
They said my fingerprints was in his car. And like I told them, of course my fingerprints would be in his car because I was just with him the same.
In John's car?
The same day.
Investigators found Holmes shot and killed 1 week ago in spring near the 300 block of Rapine Drive. I sat down with Shepard and she explained the same cameras that caught this video of her son's arrest also showed he was nowhere near the scene of the shooting. He was actually at home.
He went to go pick up something to eat probably around 6:27, 6:20-ish at McDonald's. He came back so you could see him on the camera getting out the car, pulling up. And after he ate his food, he decided to go outside and throw his trash away, which was at 6:43. John was murdered at 6:40 p.m. So how can he possibly be 17 miles away murdering someone?
Shepard says it wasn't until Monday that police reviewed the video. Crooms was released from jail and his charges.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all, hey, I'm telling y'all. Our black men is wanted. Young black men is wanted. They in danger.
That same thing happened to that man that we were talking about a while ago. He 18 years old when they arrested him.
Yep.
And this ain't nothing new. They've been targeting black men. They target black men for the simple reason. The simplest reason, and people do not understand what that reason is.
I wish they would not do that because But you know, but Pap, I mean, I guess they had to do it because they fallen off. They done fell off, so they got to blame. They got to try to take us out and make us a little more vulnerable than what they are, because they ain't got nobody. They
That's
run
the
out.
very reason why they take the black men out, because that's the only way the black man can truly annihilate them is through their phallus.
Let's go to a commercial right quick, y'all. Let's check out. They said they a lot of people said they're not endorsing Trump, but baby, it's supposed to get real nasty here. Let's go. Check it out.
It should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year. I cannot, in good conscience, endorse Donald Trump in this campaign.
You can now add Pence to the ever-expanding list of former Donald Trump officials who say that the former president should not ever step foot in the White House again. Just let that sink in. This is a list that is quite long at this point. Among them, his former Attorney General, Bill Barr.
You know, he's like a defiant 9-year-old kid who's always pushing the glass toward the edge of the table, defying his parents to stop him from doing it.
His former National Security Advisor, John Bolton.
Between Biden and Trump, there was no conservative on the ballot, so I wrote in the name of a conservative, and I would do the same in 2024.
His other former National Security Advisor, H.R. McMaster.
I think it would be terribly divisive for our country for him to run again.
The former Trump Defense Secretary, Mark Esper.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
The other former Trump Defense Secretary, Jim Mattis, he said that Trump fomented an insurrection. The former Trump Chief of Staff, John Kelly, who says Trump has no idea what America stands for. His former Acting Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney.
I quit because I think he failed at being the president when we needed him to be that.
And his former Joint Chiefs Chairman, Mark Milley.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
And there are others, quite a few more, in fact. But Pence today gave his reasons, and they aren't just about how Trump put his life at risk on January 6th.
During my presidential campaign, I made it clear that there were profound differences between me and President Trump on a range of issues, and not just our difference on my constitutional duties that I exercised on January the 6th. Donald Trump is pursuing and articulating an agenda that is at odds with the conservative agenda that we governed on.
To hear him say that out loud and pair it with Pence's refusal to endorse Trump, it is nothing short of extraordinary. But notice what all of...
So what you think, Pap? You think they really not going to endorse him, or they just talking?
Well, a couple of them that she interviewed went to jail because of him.
Right.
And that's probably why they speaking out against him. And if you listen to Mike Pence, he basically told it that most of the Republicans are conservative and Trump don't dance to their music, so they don't like it. He's not conservative, and everybody know he ain't conservative.
No.
But most of you heard him say he don't align with our conservative values.
That's what he said out his own mouth.
So they're saying that the Republicans, a good majority of the Republicans are conservatives, and Trump don't go along with that.
So
see, they met, in my opinion, this is my opinion, they don't like Trump because he go against the status quo. That's Republicans and Democrats.
So
he don't dance by their music.
So do you think he had a fake shooter? Do you actually think he was a fake shooter, or what do you think about the shooter? He was just they knew he was immature. It wasn't gonna be a stinger because he was immature with the shooting. Or I mean, what you think?
When it comes to them, it's hard to say because it's a whole lot of stuff coming out in the wash. And they didn't want that woman over the head of the Secret Service to begin with.
They got rid of her
And
quick.
they used that to make her resign.
They got rid of her so fast, girl. I'm like,
Okay,
they
so why y'all mad at her? Why y'all mad at her when Biden let her be over the Secret Service?
Yeah. He must thought she was pretty good or something. I mean,
So now y'all, you have to pay attention because really, in my opinion, it ain't nothing but them white folks fighting against themselves and they dragging us in it. That's why they put Kamala up there. I'm just sorry. People need to do their research, get out their feelings, because Kamala Harris and Obama ain't did a damn thing for the black community.
I didn't get nothing out of Obama, and everybody was going to vote for Obama. They putting people out the nursing homes,
Yeah, because we were still on that Democratic plantation, voting for a black face, voting for a black face. They knew that would get us out to vote for a black face, and that's what they doing with Kamala. You ain't seen her in 4 years.
Girl, I ain't seen Kamala, girl, I ain't seen that woman nowhere, period. I just seen the old Biden just broke down, walking around, but she been hiding. I don't know what she been.
And everybody been talking about her high. She supposed to be going down. Biden said she was over the border. She went to the border one time. She went one time because they was talking about it. And after when the white folks got to talk about she hadn't been down there to the border, that's when she went.
Yeah, she couldn't say nothing. Well,
She flat out told us when she was running for president, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm just gonna only do something for the black community, for black people. No, she flat out said it.
Yeah, and she
Obama talking about Obama fighting the NRA. That was a shit show too. The only reason why he was fighting the NRA because the NRA is the main one putting money behind the Republicans.
Yeah. But let's check out this fake shooter for Trump. Hold on.
Federal source tells me the FBI is looking to interview former President Donald Trump.
Shrapnel that hit his ear.
Former President Donald Trump was not happy with that remark, posting on Truth Social, quote, "The FBI never checked. It was unfortunately a bullet that hit my ear and hit it hard. There was no glass. There was no shrapnel."
The guy was shot. He's bleeding with out of his ear. You can see him when he's down for the count, down on the ground, making sure he doesn't get shot again. It's unbelievable that they would come up with this scenario. Why isn't the FBI director just saying the president was shot? Now let's talk about how did the gun get on the roof? How did the shooter get on the roof? Those are the types of questions America wants to know because we want to make sure it never ever happens again. Instead, they're playing these little games trying to distract from the fact that the Secret Service failed to do its job.
And that's the point, Tammy, that the questions being asked, it's not about these details. It's about how did this happen and how can we prevent it from happening beginning now?
And look, so that comment, which effectively encourages a conspiracy theory, becomes the conversation. And even in the statement afterwards, resulted in injury. Wow. It's like he tripped.
Yeah.
It's like, remember the original headlines were Trump falls.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that man because the question is, how did this happen? Not whether or not it happened and what happened, because we all seen what happened. Now, y'all can say whatever, it was shrapnel, bullet, whatever. He told y'all what it was.
Yeah. But my thing is, now they're not gonna have anything open outside. Everything will be done up on the pavilion now. But my thing is, when Secret Service supposed to did a whole sweep the whole ground on top of the building and everything like that, for Donald Trump even came out there before this even the show began, before the show even began.
You would think that's their job. You would think that's what they was supposed to be doing.
And my thing is, he wasn't trying to hurt Trump. If he was trying to hurt Trump, he would shot him somewhere else. But not only that, they knew he was an amateur. And not only that, the people see him on top of the roof. And a sniper is, you ain't gonna see no sniper. A sniper, you ain't gonna see him. Period. You ain't
but
gonna
my
know
thing is, how come it was snipers everywhere but on that building?
I don't know. I don't know.
And how did y'all know to shoot him? This is just my opinion, and I still gotta agree with my son. They told his ass, "You kill him or we kill you."
Yeah. Well, Kamala is trying to talk a little bit, and she's trying to handle Trump, but she ain't gonna like that. Trump got a friend. His name is Hot Wheelchair in Texas.
Yep.
Trump got a friend. Oh, he got a motherfucking friend. Check this out, pal.
A few words for Donald Trump, who we all know is watching. So, President Trump, you've spent the last 2.5 years full-time trying to sow hate and division among us, and that is why we've gotten nothing done. You have used hate, intimidation, fear, and over 12,000 lies as a way to distract from your failed policies and your broken promises. The only reason you've not been indicted is because there was a memo in the Department of Justice that says the sitting president cannot be charged with a crime. But here's what you don't get. What you don't get is that the American people are so much better than this. And we know that the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us, regardless of our race, where we live, or the party with which we're registered to vote. And I plan on focusing on our common issues, our common hopes and desires, and in that way unifying our country, winning this election, and turning the page for America. And now, President Trump, you can go back to watching Fox News.
I got a question.
What you think about that?
I got a question. Okay. They say Biden does step down and Kamala running, right?
Right.
What issue is she running on?
I don't know. And I'm trying to figure out how she's going to talk about Trump, what he did the last 2 years. Hey, well, you've been in the last 4 years.
And what issue? She said she gonna focus on the issues. What issue? Abortion is not important in the black community.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We're not the ones who have abortions and things like that. You know, we keep our kids. We do keep our kids.
In the words of a wise man, Professor Black Truth, we trying to have babies, not kill them.
That's right. So I played that about Kamala just to show you this right here, girl. You're gonna lay out. You probably have seen it before. Check it out.
This has been a busy morning already. We are going live to pictures from Washington, D.C. And the latest report is that there have been immigrants by bus dropped off at Vice President Kamala Harris's residence. This is just outside her home. You can see from these pictures dozens, I would say more than 100. I don't know if there are multiple hundreds of people outside on the lawn there, but not a small number of people outside, not the White House, but Vice President Harris's home address. You are looking live in Washington, D.C. This is the latest breaking news, potentially another contention between Governor Greg Abbott of Texas and the northeastern cities that he has deemed a home for those who have crossed illegally into the country, getting the attention of the federal government. That's what he says his intentions are, to make sure that they know exactly what border towns along our border with Mexico are actually dealing with. The inundation of people, a lack of resources. Washington, D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser has now asked for the federal government to step in. They have not taken any action yet. But, Mitch, this is certainly the sight to see, all of these people just standing around on the front yard of the Vice President of the United States.
Yes, this is the Naval Observatory there.
Now, what you think about that? Now, Hot Wheel did that. You heard me? He sent those people. Because you have to remember, that is Trump's friend. Him and Trump is buddy. And when he seen Kamala talking so much shit, he said, I got something for her. I'm going to load this bus up, and I'm going to send all these people to Washington, D.C. But my thing is, he did this like 2 days ahead of time because they take about 2 days to get to Washington, D.C., right, on a bus, right? Something like that. But anyway, yeah, so time fell out. Hot Wheels sent those people to her front door. He had those people dropped off in her front yard. Because you cannot talk about his friend. That is his friend that they are talking about. Trump and Hot Wheel Abbott are good friends here in Texas. And when she started going after Trump, Abbott started coming after her because that's his friend. You can't come after my friend and don't think I'm gonna come after you. And you have to remember, Texas is a red state. Everybody in this red state is not a Republican. Again, Texas is a red state. And everybody here in Texas Sonya, connect your device. Your device
Okay,
connected. Okay, there you go.
yeah.
He sent those people there because him and Trump is good friends. Like I said, we are a red state. Everybody in this red state is not a Republican, but you ain't gonna come after his friend and think he ain't gonna come after you.
He sure ain't, cause Ku Klux Klan on wheels and show his friend. He came down here 3-4 times when he president, and done been to Texas twice since he wasn't president.
Yeah, he had been to Texas more than any president of the United States.
Yep. So have stuff for them that was from here, like George Bush and LBJ.
Yeah, yeah. Did you hear that Kennedy was gonna run? That Kennedy boy was gonna run for president. Did you hear about that?
And John F. Kennedy Jr. running.
Can you believe that? I'm like,
But he ain't offering no reparations.
But he ain't been. But I haven't seen him out in the community nowhere. You know how they be out doing what they I guess probating or whatever. I hadn't seen him out nowhere. So I can't really tell he ran for no president. Shit, I ain't seen him nowhere.
He been making his rounds. They not finna let him back up there for a number of reasons. He was the one sounding the alarm about C-19.
Oh.
He was the one that started telling people that if you take them shots, that you can't sue the pharmaceutical company. He was telling it all. So in order for you to really be front and center in a presidential election, it's the money. It's the money. It's who backing you with the money. That's the reason why Biden dropped out, because the big donors decided to pull their money.
Yeah, they sure did. Yep, they sure did.
And it's all about the money.
They start putting their money. They start giving their money to Trump.
Now they start taking it. Now they didn't give it to Trump. They start, because there's a lot of them that's Democrats that's like them stars with the money. George Clooney, number one, he was the first one who said it. He raised all that money for Joe Biden, and a week later he said he think Joe Biden needs to drop out the race.
Yeah, and that was crazy. I mean, my thing is, it's time to make some new rules as far as being a president, to be hold a seat at the White House. Everybody at the White House is an old ass farts.
Yep, and it's all about the money. It's who they gonna put their money behind. They think they finna run this ticket with this quote unquote black woman. I don't care what nobody say. And the sad part about it, you got black people that's gonna vote for her just cause they think she black.
Because they think she black, and she ain't
And
black.
she ain't black. And they're just throwing, even if your vote don't mean nothing, you wasting your time to go vote just cause she look black.
Yep. Like I said again, I don't think I'm gonna even waste my time going down there and go vote for nobody. I think I'm gonna let them have it.
And the comment was made about Trump trying to steal the election. Well, that wasn't the first time. George Bush stole it.
You think he did? You think
Baby Bush? I would never forget it. I would never forget it when George Bush was running against Al Gore. When I went to bed about 11:30, they said Gore had won. When I woke up the next morning, they said Bush was the president. And my father-in-law, God rest his soul, he cracked jokes about it. He said, "Cause after you went to bed thinking you had one president and woke up with another president." He sold the election then. That ain't first time.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I sure didn't know that, girl.
Yeah, he did. I'll never forget it. He stole it too. And this is another thing that a lot of black people seem to don't, because they don't be still long enough to pay attention or do research. They keep on forgetting that the Democrats actually, it used to be a Democratic Republican Party. Yeah, if they go back and research, it was one
You
party.
sure right, girl. You know you sure right. Come on now, girl. Take
It
us
was one.
back. Take us back. Take us back. Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember I can't remember the other party, but one party was the Democratic Republican Party. When the Civil War popped off, is when they split up, and it was the Dixiecrats. It was the Dixiecrats against the Republicans, and then they tried supposedly the North won, and they didn't, cause the South had way more soldiers, cause they had all these black folks down here that were fighting for them. If you do the history, it'll tell you. It'll tell you way more black soldiers in the South than there was in the North. And that Confederate flag belonged to the black soldiers that was in the South. And the Dixiecrats evolved into the Democrats.
How they changed the flag? How did they change it? It was all blacks, and then they changed it.
Because everything they did to us, they lied to us about. If you do the research,
Man.
if you do the research, Dane Calloway showed it. If you do the research on the American flag, the Ku Klux Klan upheld the American flag. It was not the Confederate flag, and the Confederate flag belonged to the black soldiers that fought for the Confederacy.
Mm. See there?
So that is our flag. And they
Yeah.
took it and started associating it with the Ku Klux Klan, because they knew that the average black person at that time was afraid of the Ku Klux Klan. So they took our flag and associated it with the Ku Klux Klan. And they ran with it.
Boy, they done messed. They the one messed everything up. And me and this guy, we had an argument. He trying to tell me that we were from Africa, and I told him I'm not from no damn Africa, and my mama wasn't, her mama would, and my mama's mama wasn't from no damn Africa. And
We weren't from there.
I told him we were here first, and I said we were here in the United States already. They didn't bring us to the United States. We was already here already.
We was if people if you don't want to do the research, go look up Dane Calloway on YouTube. He done the research for you, and he show it.
I get tired of telling people that all the time. I tell people that all the time. No.
If you go back to, he showed it. He put it up on the screen. He showed it. If you go back and research the 1870 census, a lot of the people that was actually from Africa that they brought over here is in there. All the others is Negro, indigenous, mulatto, stuff like that. It wasn't that many. It was some people brought over here from Africa, but they actually didn't bring them from Africa. They bought them from Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
And the slave trade was the people they was getting from over here, and they was going over there taking them to Europe and trading them over there and bringing them back over here selling them.
Because people in Europe didn't want them over there. The people in Europe trying to send them back over to Africa right now. They don't even want them over there right now.
Yep.
But they leaving Africa. They going over to Europe. They going over. They don't want. They not identifying. They want them to go back to Africa. They don't want them over there in Europe.
But see, what they fail to realize is, what they ain't telling nobody is, put it that way, do the research on Europe. It was called Europa after a black African queen.
Mm-hmm.
And when the white folks took it over, they changed the name to Europe.
See, I understand everything that we have, and we have our own name for. Why they got to come in there and change the spelling, change the name? I mean, it's crazy. 'Cause, I mean, we got our own brand of how we do our own things.
And then on top of that, Dane Calloway also showed this number one clue that we was already here. In 1832, according to the Webster Dictionary of 1832, most of the words was derived from the indigenous people in America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You better know it. So they're saying that it's a lot of U.S. Marshals are on their way to the White House. And I believe it. A lot of U.S. Marshals on their way to the White House because it's going to be some problems in 3 minutes.
That ain't the reason.
We forbidden all.
That ain't the real
That ain't the
reason
reason,
why.
girl.
That ain't the real reason why they don't. That's part of the reason why they. It's part of the reason why they're trying to ban TikTok. Too much information is on TikTok, and the American government is null and void, and they don't want people to start really listening to that and find out.
Yeah, I mean TikTok. Like you said, it got a lot of info on TikTok. That's right. And we've been Americans, and they don't want us to even deal with TikTok. They try and ban TikTok over here, but I mean, they saying they over in China, they ain't got none of our stuff in China. They don't deal with none of our stuff in China. No radio, no TV, no nothing. In the United States.
It ain't come. The TikTok didn't come from China. It came from Japan,
Japan. Oh, did it?
if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, look at that now, huh? Well, let's check this out while the U.S. Marshals are coming. Check it out.
Hey, pay attention.
Dang.
Okay, so here's what he just sent me. This is DC. Hey, buddy, just giving you a heads up. Please have everyone say a prayer for me. There are over 6,000 U.S. Marshals that have been pulled out and are heading to DC. Everything is being fenced up. The White House, too. This is like a major, major, major thing. They never, ever call out the U.S. Marshals. They're not calling out the Secret Service. They're calling out the U.S. Marshals, of which he is one. It's big. It's big. Cover us in prayer. I said, is this something I can tell everyone? And are you being called up specifically? Yes, you can tell everyone. I'm packing now with lots of gear. I won't be back until possibly next week sometime, depending on what takes place. But this is a major move, and a lot of wily arrests will be happening. It's big. Okay, he said, I did a show Monday night on YouTube about being 3 shooters, and I have the evidence for it and was showing it, and the FBI removed my stuff, absolutely removed it. I had a lot of people mad at me because the video got removed, but nothing I could do about it. He said also New York officers were sworn in today in D.C., which I've seen a picture of that. It's big, whatever's taking place. He says I was a police officer and then went into work in drug enforcement with ATF and the DEA and was sworn in years ago as U.S. Marshal. They just pull you back whenever they need you. He said, nope, you can say anything you want. It's about to be very public. All right. So looks like 6,000 U.S. Marshals.
But I remember last week. TT sent a thing where it was a lot of trucks was coming. This was going across the bridge. I mean, maybe about 300-400 trucks coming across the bridge. I mean, it was a lot of them, and they was like, where they going? So could they been going to where the U.S. Marshals are going?
And it could have been, and this another thing that a whole lot of people ain't talk about. You know, they just arrested Cesar Chavez's son and another man, them drug lords right down there in San Antonio.
Yep, and you sure right. It's been quiet. I wonder why they ain't talking about it, pal. Why they ain't saying nothing? They ain't saying nothing.
Because they probably running scared. You know, Cesar Chavez broke out the pen. and they caught him. He was out for, I think, maybe about 2-3 years before they caught up with him again. And these people was head of the drug, his son and another man, and it was 3 of them they arrested. And one of them was the head of a drug lord out of Mexico. They might be running scared. And then on top of that, I'm gonna ask another question. Why we ain't seen Joe Biden in a while? We saw he did the press conference the Wednesday night, and if you looked at the press conference, it sure didn't look like him.
Hello.
If you really looked at it,
they said he was cloned. They said
yeah,
Joe Biden
everybody.
looked like
And why you ain't seen him? Why he ain't not?
And they
You
said
still the president.
They said a week before he got sick, he was out flushy and going places out here and high. And then the next following week, he was sick.
Why we ain't seen him? You still the president.
They done cloned Joe Biden, girl. They said that they
I don't know. But you still the president. And Dan Calloway showed a video of what's supposed to be Biden, and the man scratched the back of his neck, and it was a pinch on the back of his neck. It looked like a mask, like he moved a mask when he scratched.
Yes, they said they didn't worry like that. But see, but the first time that I've been hearing about these masks people putting on that look like you, probably your twin. This ain't the first time. They said Beyonce got one, Biden has. They all got one. All of them got one.
But here go the catch that ain't nobody paying no attention. Michael Jackson tried to tell y'all when he showed the making of Thriller.
Oh, wait a minute now. Let me get my mind right on that one now. Well, hold up. Hold the hell up. They showed the make. Did I see the making of Thriller?
You didn't see the making of Thriller when they showed how they put that transform his whole face to look like a wolf, put them contacts on his eyes and everything. They showed it. They showed it from beginning to end. The making of Thriller.
I'm gonna go. Do you know if I go to bed tonight? I'm gonna look at that. I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing that.
I remember it. I remember it. I remember exactly when it was too. It was the earlier part of 1984. I was at Terry Lockhart House watching it on TV, on BET, VH1, whoever showed it. But somebody showed it. It was like an hour, maybe 2 hours. But they showed how they made Michael Jackson look like a wolf.
I don't remember that.
So did.
But they sure been saying about how the celebrities are being cloned, and how they saying Biden was cloned. They said Biden was running around and stuff, having a good time. He was all right that week, 1 week, and then the next following week, like he just fell down. He got sick. He got COVID. He got C-19. They say he just started going down to nothing. I'm like, and then somebody said Biden is cloned. I'm like, Biden clone? I started thinking about it. Then last week he was. I know overnight everything bring a change at night when you go bed.
Yeah.
I understand that. But this man was vibrant that week.
But my question is, you still the president? Where you at?
I don't know where he at. Be quiet.
I mean, very quiet, a little too quiet.
It's strange. He done got quiet, and Kamala just done came out the bushes. She's so sprout and joyful, and like she just ready to go at it. You done had plenty of rest, bitch, because anybody seen you in 4 years.
My point exactly. Why are you running over there to getting in interview? Why are you going to the black men forum, the black forum? You run into all your ski-wee sisters and all that. Where you been the last 4 years?
She been hiding. She been at home eating. You see that she done gained 3 pounds. She been at home eating and stuff with her husband.
And then on top of that, she the vice president. She can't sign shit.
See, that's crazy. So let me ask you: if she run for president, she got to have a running mate, right?
Yeah.
I wonder who her running mate gonna be.
A lot of people speculating who her running mate gonna be, and I would not be surprised. And in my opinion, I would not be surprised, Cause everybody talk about it. And I'm doing my own little thing too. I'm paying attention and I'm figuring it in my head.
Mm.
The Clintons endorsed her. Nancy Pelosi didn't want to endorse her. The Obamas took a couple of days before they decided to endorse her. So why take the Obama so long to endorse her unless it had to be something in it? Jason Black pointed that out. Unless it was something in it for the Obamas. So I would not be surprised if they try to throw Michelle up there and make it a double woman ticket. But if they really smart, they know them white men ain't going for that.
Come on now.
They're not going for Kamala.
They show like Trump talking bad about her ass right now. Probably right now in his sleep while we talk.
And all them people that they talking about that ain't endorsing Trump, they really irrelevant.
Yeah. But my thing is, I'm not gonna vote. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna let them have it this year. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna sit back with my wine, and I'm just gonna sit back and watch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a hot mess, and
I think that's a very good idea. I ain't telling. I thought this thing had cut off again because it just keep cutting off on its own. I don't tell nobody to vote. I don't tell nobody not to vote. But I think I'm gonna do like you. I'm gonna give me some popcorn and I'm gonna give me some wine and I'm gonna sit there and watch the whole thing because you ain't got nothing on it to help me and my people. And you didn't say nothing about all these immigrants coming in here and the Democratic Party giving them all this money because that's who doing it. The Democratic Party giving them all this money, giving them places to live, giving them credit cards, giving them cars. The Democrats in California passed a law that the Hispanic people ain't got to have no license, no tags, no insurance, no none of that.
Them hoes can't drive. What the hell you say? You better shut your doggone mouth, girl.
But in California, they can't stop them if they ain't got none of that on their car. That's law.
What?
It's law. But y'all can stop all the black people all day, every day. Somebody gonna have to show me what Kamala did, because I don't see nothing she did.
Yeah.
When you was the Attorney General of California, you went to the Supreme Court of California to fight to keep low offenders in jail after the Supreme Court of California done told you to let them out.
That's right. And you know what? A lot of people from California is speaking up about that. You know that, right? A lot of people is speaking up about that. They sure is. They speaking up about it. And
you sent that boy to jail for 6.5 years. He said he was never even really questioned. Only time Kamala Harris showed up is when he was sentenced, and when they brought down his conviction, when they said he was guilty, and when they sentenced him, gave him his sentence. She showed up them the only 2 times she showed up, and he said she was sitting in the courtroom both times like she was celebrating.
Yeah, and I'm sure she was celebrating. Yeah.
On top of that, she even got up and joked about. She made a joke. I saw the interview she was in when she was running for president. That's why I come back. She was joking about locking up the single parents, the single mamas, and the people who kids was getting truants. Instead of trying to go to them people and ask them, try to work with them, see what's wrong with your kids, why your kids ain't going to school. You see what the problem is, for you just want to put a solution on it. And her thing was, because it was so much truancy, well, we'll just lock the parents up for their kids not going to school. Well, what if I don't want my kids to go to public school, period? Then you gonna lock me up?
Right. Because this was gonna come to everybody. Kids gonna be going to school at home anyway. This what's gonna happen. And like I said earlier, why we don't have our own police department? Our own police department. I mean, it ain't gonna be no better than what's going on now, but I think it'd be a little bit better.
It would be a whole lot better because, number one, if you actually look at it, you got some black ones out there that's full of shit. But you got some black ones out there that actually get on the police force to help. And if we was policing our own, we would be able to weed out the ones that we know that's full of shit.
Right. Why can't we be like Mississippi or Alabama? They trying to get their They didn't want to be dealing with the same with the whites. They didn't want the white people in the same courthouse with the blacks and Mexicans. Now they want their own courthouse. They want their own police department. They want their own judge. It's gonna cost them a lot of money to do all that. But they was trying to do it. Yes, they sure was. Yes.
I think that's Mississippi. But the problem with that was that the judges and stuff wasn't gonna have to be elected. They was gonna appoint the judges. They could pick whoever they want. They didn't have to have no criteria. But they police force could go and fuck with the black people. They could police the black people. But if this for y'all community, why are they over there messing with the black people in that community? That was the catch for that. And then and a lot of people weren't talking about it. Professor Trooper, he brought that up when he was talking about it in one of his videos.
But a lot of people still ain't talking about it. But I remember that. I talked about that sometime last year or something like that. But then I'm like, if they gonna keep on doing us like they doing, somebody needs to speak and say, let's get our own judicial system going then. But they ain't gonna let it. But they're gonna have so many problems. It ain't gonna even happen. I don't even see that happening at all.
We got it's problems in the judicial system right to this day because they not right. That video you showed of that judge a while ago, she ain't the only one like that.
Oh, she sure ain't. No, she sure ain't.
She ain't the only one. What about that when they showed a couple of years ago that come out her door shooting at the people and it got caught on the man got caught it on his video and everything and she lied about it. That was another woman in Florida.
Yeah.
And was talking shit to the black folks. She ain't the only one. And 9 times out of 10, when a black person go to court, if they pay attention, they can tell what kind of judge they got sitting up there doing what he doing.
You they can't hide it. I can tell one just by looking at one. You understand me?
Yeah, and they can't hide it because it's in them. It's in them. It's in their DNA, and they can't hide it.
Yeah. But see, like I said earlier, I think they're trying to off us because they genes is now their genes is worn off, and their genes is more with the black genes with the biracial. This is what they genes are with now, and they ain't liking it. And
they not only that's not the only reason why they scared that if we ever come into our power, we gonna treat them like they treated us. That's their biggest fear.
Yeah.
And that's why they can't stand to see us with nothing.
Yeah. They can't have not one penny. They try to take everything from us. Everything.
See, this is what a lot of people don't understand, that doing Jim Crow, laundering for black people was against the law. And that is still in them people's DNA and a lot of them polices. That's the reason why when they see a whole bunch of black people gather, they always got to come mess with them. You could be just over there laughing and having a good time, ain't doing nothing. And somebody from dumbness society not gonna like it, or the police gonna see it and let me go break this up. Cause loitering used to be against the law.
It did. They had them on stores.
And in some places it's still against the law, but in Texas they have to post it. If it's against the law to loiter, they got to put a sign up.
Yeah. I'll be sending signs at stores on stores outside outside some stores on their buildings. Yeah.
Yep.
But our community better wake up a little bit more and if you're gonna vote for Kamala, I just feel like you need to be shit. I don't know shit.
My thing is, if you gonna vote for Kamala and you a black person, what's she putting on the table for you?
Yep. I just gonna be able to vote for it because they taking my people's houses away. They cut people food stamps. People don't know why they cutting their food stamps. The income ain't changed. Their food stamps being cut. A lot of people in California, in different states, they put them out their apartments and stuff. They don't want rent to Section 8. They put them out there making them. These people are making people homeless. That's it.
They making black people homeless.
Yes,
that's what they're doing. And I'm gonna throw this out and everybody in the chat I'm gonna give you something to think about.
Come on now. They don't know.
They sending people to the two major cities that they send them to. The two major cities, Chicago and New York.
I see. I
Chicago,
knew Chicago.
Illinois. New
Yeah, I
York,
knew
New York.
Chicago. Yeah.
Illinois is a Democrat whole state.
Mm.
New York is a Democrat whole state.
Oh, I
New
know
York
New
got
York.
a Democratic governor. Chicago got New York City got a Democratic mayor. New York State got a Democratic governor. Chicago, Illinois got a Democratic mayor. Illinois, the state of Illinois got a Democratic governor.
Yeah.
Then the two major cities they sending them to, where it's a whole bunch of black people, they're giving all the money to them immigrants. So, and Kamala Harris is a member of what party?
You said what party? Let's go.
So
but you right now. You know what? Since you said that good, you sure right. Chicago and New York, you sure right, and they sure have been sending people that just drop them out, bus load. That's why Greg was just taking bus loads of people and just dropping them off in Chicago and in New York to New York got
and
tired.
that's the only reason why he was doing it. Chicago and New York, they call themselves sanctuary cities. That means you can come here and say you're illegal, and we're not gonna report you to ICE. So Ku Klux Klan on Will said, okay, y'all sanctuary city, y'all wanna protect them, I'm gonna send them to you. And that's what he did.
I didn't know that. Shut your mouth.
The city, wherever they at going in Colorado, a sanctuary city. So he's sending them to the sanctuary cities. And he ain't been I don't agree with a whole lot Ku Klux Klan on Will do. But he being very strategic and smart about what he doing. Because if Trump is your buddy and he planning on clearing them out, he know where to go to get them.
Chicago and New York. They ain't coming
to Colorado.
He ain't letting none of them come to Texas, baby. You ain't gonna come up in here.
In Colorado.
Oh, Colorado too. Oh, girl.
Yeah, he sent him to Colorado too.
I said he was sent to Colorado one time. Old Hot Wheels was. He sure was, wasn't he?
Yep. All the cities that he sent them to is sanctuary cities. Which means, like I said, you can come, you illegal immigrant, and we're gonna welcome you in. We ain't gonna report you to ICE.
And you know what? And when them immigrants start coming from Venezuela and Mexico and all that, they was sent straight to New York and straight to Chicago.
That's right.
Hey, what the hell you send them to? Damn sure was. Sure was. He never sent to He didn't send them to California. I don't think he didn't send them to California.
He got them to California. California been letting them in. That's a Democratic state too. That's a Democratic stronghold too, California. Cause they got their governor, Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi's nephew that ain't nobody talking about. He is a Democrat.
But Gavin knew I thought he was all right, but you didn't come and find he dirty as hell.
Gavin Newsom ain't worth a damn. He signed the executive order after the Supreme Court said that the homeless people could sleep on the street. He signed the executive order to make it illegal and they can lock them up. And who is on the street more than anybody? Black people.
Yeah. And they throw their shit in the trash can and they throw all that stuff away. They sure do and lock them up. Now, if you don't lock them up, why you gonna lock them up? You'll be better off just trying to help them instead of locking them up.
Because they don't care. I don't know why people don't seem to understand that it all boils down to not all the Sarah, I love you to death, Sarah, don't get me wrong. Because, but the majority of the white people, they don't give a damn about us.
No, they don't.
That's the reason why they allowed all them in New York. And you got a black mayor in New York and a black mayor in Chicago. Is they standing up for the black people there?
But Eric Mays ain't no. Is it Eric Mays or Eric Adams? He ain't no damn good.
Eric Adams, he was a police.
He ain't shit.
And Brandon Johnson ain't either. And both of them black. Is they standing up? Is Eric Adams standing up for the black people in New York? No.
No.
He going right along with giving them credit
No,
card with that $4,000 on them. He giving
Yep.
them money so they can buy the kind of food they want. He giving, and they up there clowning in New York.
Yeah, they should. They
They
should be
showing their
clowning.
ass in New York.
They around there driving nice cars, eating better food than they eat. They been in all their damn lives, but then you gonna treat them like they ain't nobody.
And not only that, they said they had a gang war, a Venezuelan gang war in the streets of New York just this week, last week, one of them.
What you say?
They up there showing their ass, robbing people, is stealing their cell phones, sending them back to Venezuela, robbing stores, shooting at people. They showing their ass in New York. Y'all ain't doing nothing unless the news catch it or somebody catch it on camera. It's even orders. They said the police in Chicago told them they can't arrest him.
Isn't that something? And they
Standing there watching them commit crimes and can't do nothing to them. But if you stand there and watch a black man, all they gotta do is just think a black man finna do something. He going to jail.
Right across the street the wrong way, you gonna get locked up. You gonna get handled right.
But you stand there watching them commit crimes and ain't doing nothing. And who is the president of the United States? And he belongs to what party?
Come on, girl, and talk about it. You hear me?
So that need to make a whole bunch of these diehard black people that's Democrat need to think twice. If that don't wake them up, they ain't gonna never wake up.
Girl, they ain't gonna wake up, pal. They ain't gonna wake up. They ain't gonna wake up at all. Cause let me tell you something. If this man get president, you know David Duke gonna come out. All the KKKs, the Proud Boys, they all the January come out. They out. Yeah.
They out.
My thing is now go back. Now when Trump first came president, they all start getting bold. They'll start coming out and they want to start nigga this and start blaming black people this and they stole this boy stole my phone, won't jump on kids and shit. They even so far won't jump on kids. But
you know why they did it? You know why they did it?
Why they do it?
Because everybody in America knew Trump was racist.
That's right.
That's the only reason why they did it. Because they was already doing it.
President. That's why
only thing Trump did was embolden them to make them want to come out. Because they all a bunch of cowards. They're a bunch of cowards. And knowing that you actually got a known racist, everybody know he was racist, didn't give a fuck about no niggas. He'll do business with them. But he don't give a damn about helping them out. He'll do business with him and he gonna make some money out. If he gonna make some money, of course he'll do business with him. Shit. He put money in his pocket. But he don't give a damn about them. And they knew that. That's the reason why they got bold. But Charlotte, South Carolina happened when Obama was in office, not Trump.
Yeah. But baby,
and that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Trump, what Trump did, it ain't gonna have shit on what will happen, in my opinion, if Kamala Harris become president. Them white folks gonna go motherfucking crazy.
Yes, they are. Yes, you better shut your mouth and say it, girl. Slow down a little bit to speed up. But you sure right. They gonna go out. They already calling her ends and out her name, talking bad about her. They had a video with Trump. Trump was playing golf. He was talking bad about Kamala.
Yeah, and they talk bad about Obama too.
Yeah,
but they ain't near about talking bad as they talk about Kamala.
Yeah, they down, and they don't want a woman in the White House. They can't let that happen.
They don't want a woman in the White House, and if she want to act like she black, they gonna use that to their advantage to play on it and call her a nigga on the slide or in her damn face. So I don't know why people jumping up and down, because she's supposed to be the first black woman and running for the president. Shirley Chisholm ran for the president in 1968. She was the first black woman to run for president. Kamala Harris wasn't, and Shirley Chisholm was from the street. She was from the soil. And she was the first black woman that ran for president, not Kamala Harris.
But see, people don't understand. People don't do their research. They don't know about their history. But like I said, history done changed so much. But people need to read more about their history. Like I said, need to start teaching things at home. We need to get our own communities, like you've been saying. We need to get our. I mean, everything that we've been saying is what's our come to faith to be true, and that need to be happening. But it's not happening though. People ain't taking heed to it. They ain't paying no attention to it.
No, but wait till after they have their Democratic convention. That's
Look,
when the shit gonna hit the fan. They being nice right now. Wait till after she pick a running mate, whoever that may be. She better damn sure pick the right one, or they gonna totally go live. And she better pick a white man.
Let me tell you something. Don't you let me forget that day when it's time for her and Donald Trump debate. You make sure you text me, call me, girl. Make sure I'm gonna have to have my popcorn and my wine, cause girl, I'm gonna be on the sideline looking at this right here.
And that's all we need to do. We need to be aware of it. Be aware of it. Don't turn a blind eye to it. Pay attention. Pay attention to it. Just don't indulge in it. Get all caught up in it because it's not our fight. This is one presidency for real that's not our fight.
It's not. It's not.
Because ain't neither one of them up in reparation.
It's not. Ain't none of them been our fight. But you sure right. You sure right. I tell you what. I'm wide awoke. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, have you been checking out the food recall list? I ain't been looking at the recall list, but I've been seeing where a lot of stuff is getting recalled.
I ain't seen the list in a while, but I usually pay attention when they have it on the news. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so scared to eat this food now. It's simple. I ain't lying.
They said the rice. They had rodents in the rice. Rodents is what? Rats and shit like that. That's rodents, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It had rats and stuff in the rice, and then they said the spice got a recall on spice. I was like, why everything getting recalled? Everything now, Pep, is plastic, lab grown. Everything been messed with. We ain't safe at all on clothes, food.
And that's my thing. That's my thing right there.
We vulnerable right now.
That's my thing right there. I don't understand why people is so afraid of the Project 2025. People go and read it and you interpret stuff the way you want to. Okay, that's all well, good and fine. But if you read stuff with an open mind and not just go in there, well, let me see what they got in here, what these folks trying to do to, and look at the big picture. Cause if they do get rid of the FDA, then we ain't got to worry about all this bullshit ass food.
Yeah. And they come in there and they pay their homeboys and let them pay, make them pay it, let them pass it because they got paid behind it.
And if they do get rid of the Department of Education, then we ain't got to worry about all these lies they've been teaching us for the last 100 years.
Yeah, you ain't lying 40 years, 50 years. What you say?
A teacher can teach what she want to teach. What she feel like the students need to learn, or what they lacking at, and she can help them out. Not going by these guidelines so they can pass this damn test when everybody don't learn the same way.
Cause girl, I couldn't stand it. What was it? The what was it? The skin? What was it? Cat skin?
The cat test. I hated that too.
That was to me. That was really dumb. Why? Why are you doing all that? They just made it hard. It was hard. It was made to be hard for black people. This how I feel. This how it was getting.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They used to call it the cat test, and then I wanted to know what the cat stood for, California Achievement Test. And then my next question was, and I asked the teacher, why in the hell I'm taking a California Achievement Test and I'm in Texas?
Right.
I asked that question. I did. Why is we taking a California Achievement Test and we in Texas? What we learning in Texas how California gonna tell measure how we learn and what we know in Texas when in the 7th grade you taught us Texas history. You didn't teach us California history.
and then if you fail, you get an F.
Yeah. Well, you might get held back. They're gonna keep in that grade again.
Ain't that some shit? It was designed to keep us back in school. That's what it was designed for.
That's exactly what it was designed for, to hold us back. To hold us back. Because I sit up and I look. My mama went to an all-black school. Schools was decent.
Come on back, girl.
Them weren't no dummies. If you with me and you, I don't know. But in my lifetime, I got caught up in that segregation. Because when I was going to Head Start, I went to an all-black school. I would have been going to an all-black school for kindergarten had it not been for the fact that segregation was they segregated the schools at that time. So I got sent to Henderson to go to school with the white folks. Shut the black school down, which was right across the woods from my grandma's house, where my mama and all her siblings went to that school. Even the baby, she went to kindergarten there. She didn't get to go because when she went to the first grade, I was in kindergarten, and that's when they sent us to Henderson. That's when the schools were segregated, and that was 1971, 72.
Let me ask you something. How do you feel about that man Sham Ham called Netta? What you think about that piece of work?
About what?
Netta and Charles.
I don't know nothing about that.
You don't? No, she the gay man. He the boyfriend.
Well, I don't know nothing about that.
You don't know about Miss Netta and Charles? Girl, shut your mouth. Girl, it's a gay man that thinks she's a woman, but then she got a boyfriend, but he said he broke up with her and everything. But now they've been abused by the white women. They love her, but black women, she can't stand how they dog her out, this and that.
Cause is she black or white?
Oh, she black.
Oh, because the average
black people want to put her on the market, put her out there. She wasn't nobody.
And the black people want to put her out there? Oh, you sure about that?
Made her viral. You made her viral, but her real name is Joe. I seen a earlier video about him, and her first boyfriend name was Daryl Johnson, and he passed away in 2016. And when he passed away, that's when she went and found Charles.
I ain't know nothing about all that. And it said the black women giving her a hard time now.
That what she say. But I think that she.
Well, the black women were the one who put you on if they're giving you a hard time now.
Right. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you. Did you see the video where it was a boy about? I say maybe about 8, no older than 10 years old, and he was at school, and how they beat the boy up and knocked him out cold and everything. You see that? See the video. I'm just finding a video and play it on Wednesday. Yeah, a young boy was at school, and he was in the bathroom or somewhere. And girl, they just started beating him up, busting his nose, girl. I mean, beat him up bad. You understand me? And they called her mom and said he was hurt, but they didn't say how he was hurt and what was wrong. Let me tell you something. If I ever had a kid in school and somebody bullied my kid and they didn't call me like I'm supposed to be called, I'm coming up with the teacher's ass, principal ass, and the kid ass.
You better know it.
On top of it was about 5 kids jumped on this one little boy.
They better get my orange suit ready, because if they done beat my child up at school and don't nobody tell me what happened, we got a problem.
That's why I says I always go to school when your kids are young. Go to school, check on your kids, see what they doing in school, how they grades performing, make sure they ain't been bullied. Talk to your kid and make sure your kid ain't being fucking bullied. Yeah, and that goes on. You got to spend time with your kid. You got to make your kid so comfortable with you. That my mom, I was so comfortable with my mama. I tell her about my cycle, how heavy it was, what it looked like. That's how comfortable I was. You understand me?
Yes, and not only that, my kids, even my husband and my grandkids, I always ask them when they get out of school, how was your day?
That's right. That's right.
Cause just to ask, that might make her feel good because you acknowledging how was your day, or they might have something to tell, and if you don't ask, they might not tell it.
Girl, I mean, and he was a cute little boy. I'm like, oh my God, these people try to. That's why they try to cover things up when coming out of small kids. But I'm telling you, you got to find out what's going on with your kid at the schoolhouse. You just can't let that go. I mean, you just can't. Especially
Did
your
I talk,
little baby.
Did I tell you about the little black boy? This was about 2 years ago, and I got a friend. I'm being honest. This happened in Tatum, Texas, and I got a friend right now. Me and her grew up together. She's a janitor at the middle school in Tatum, Texas. Little black
I heard
boy,
it.
long hair. They told him if he was gonna wear his hair long, he had to wear a dress to school. And the grandma went up there and went motherfucking left.
What you say, good? Nah, good.
Yep. So he
No.
was going. He had two choices: cut it or wear a dress.
Now the kids told him that, or did the teacher never tell him that?
The principal.
Shut your
The
doggone mouth, good.
principal said the
Shut up,
teacher
good.
started it. The teacher started it, and the little boy went home and was telling his folks about it. And
Yeah.
then, and because he had a head full of hair, and they were letting him wear it down and stuff. And then they sent a note home telling him he was either have to cut his hair or wear a dress. And the grandma went up there and went left. Right here in Texas, right down the road, right down the road in Tatum, in between Longview and Marshall, Tatum, Texas.
Shut your mouth. See that?
I
That's
got a
why.
friend right now. Her name Mary Alice. She worked at the middle school in Tatum, Texas.
That's why I tell people you go to the schoolhouses. I'm telling you, check them backpacks. Go to school. Look at their folders. See what's going on in their folders. I mean, your babies is your future. That's them your kids. Not only your kids. Those are that's your future. I mean, I only have kids that small, but I talk to little kids as to how they going, how they doing, how they summer going. I do all that. You know what I'm saying? But I talk to kids and those kids can be comfortable with telling you things. I mean, you don't want your kid going on just to nobody else just telling them things. You want your kid coming to you. You are the parent, and you
Even
have have a good bond with that kid.
Even my granddaughter, she'll be a senior in high school when school start this year. I even asked her when she come through the door, "Hey, me Taya." That's why I call her name Kaya. I said, "Hey, me Taya, how was your day?" I ask them every day, "How was your day?"
Yeah.
And if they feel some type of way or something messed up, they tell me. They'll tell me.
Yeah. You want your kid to tell you, tell a grand, you want your kid, you want your kid to be afraid. I don't want to tell my mom because she might this, and I don't know how she. You want your kid to be comfortable with you. I mean, comfortable with you. I was so comfortable with Gavin. Shoot, he was around here showing me things I didn't even want to see around here. That's how. I mean, you gotta be even my own son. You gotta be comfortable with your kid. You got to talk to your babies. I'm just saying, you got to talk to them. You got to go to the schoolhouse, see how things progressing in school. You got to ask your kid in the bullying going on, the kid riding the bus. You got to stay involved. Sometimes you got to do a pop-up. You know how you just sometimes your mama just, dang, look at my mom. What my mama do at the schoolhouse? I didn't know she was coming up here, just do a pop-up. You know what I'm saying? You got to, man, and when you do pop-ups, not only you surprising your kid, but you also surprising the teacher too.
That's right. My son was so comfortable with me. Well, he my baby boy. He a mama's boy. When he was going to college and he pledged, he came home and dropped his jaw, showed me his butt. Talking about, "Mama, look. I'm gonna look at your butt." I mean, showed me his natural. I want you to see the paddle mark. I took the licks for my homeboy online. He's a little frail, so I take the licks for him. And showed me his butt where the print of the paddle was on his butt. Nigga, I don't want to look at your.
He was proud of the print on his butt for the palate.
He was proud. He was basically proud of the fact that he took the licks for his homeboy. Yeah.
Ain't that so? That's cool.
I mean, came home there, dropped the jaw, talking about, "Mama, look. I don't want to look at your ass."
It's good to have a friend like that, though. That they, that mean, when you get old, that free gonna still be there no matter what. You still do
Mm-hmm.
the same thing.
Tell my mama he was little. They would have hurt him. I told him I'd take the licks for him.
Oh shoot. So he enjoyed it. It didn't. So they let me know it didn't hurt him. He enjoyed them leaks.
It hurt him. Cause he got an ass like, now that's one, he tall. I'm itty bitty, but he tall. But if you look at him, he built up just like me.
Yeah.
So he had a little booty on him.
Yeah. Bless his heart. That was sweet though. That was all right. That was all right there. Mm-hmm. Girl.
And my boys are so comfortable with me. They didn't care. My boys, they didn't care about, especially my young son. He talked to me about anything. Anything. He didn't care. He didn't care who he had sex with, how the sex was, the whole 9 yards. He didn't care.
That make you sick. You can kill my nerve doing that. My oh Lord, yeah, girl. Mm-hmm.
He didn't care. He didn't care. He'd come and tell me anything. They would come and tell me. And when they were young boys, they'd come. When we stayed about 2 blocks from the Hill Clinic in Texas County, Mama, we going to the Hill Clinic. We want to go get us some rubber. Well, if y'all going to get the rubber, bye. Gone. At least you know how to protect yourself, bye.
Yeah.
And my youngest son was 12 at the time. My oldest boy was 15. And hell, the youngest boy was getting more than the oldest boy was.
I got a question. Now, do they still have clinics like that? Like in the community, but our clinics was in the community, in the black communities. You know what I'm saying? That's where our clinics was at. So is there any black is there any clinics in the black community still right today? I haven't seen any.
Well, they shut a lot of them down. Then they got smart. They called it, like when black people, we always trying to help ourselves and put the little clinics in the projects or close to it where you can have easy access to the doctor or some kind of medical care.
Yeah, in the community, right.
And then for them to get government funding, they have to go along
what the government say, huh?
Except in Texas, you can't do it no more because Texas no abortions.
But they still should have a clinic in the black communities to get checkups for HIVs for herpes and things like that, and they still should be able to pass condoms out and where girls can go get birth control. I don't see that no more. I ain't seen it in. Ooh, Lord.
I agree with that. I agree with that, especially in the black community, but we need to have black people up in there.
That's true, too. That's true.
We don't need no white faces up in there. I'm just sorry, and I don't mean no harm. I ain't trying to be funny because I'm living proof of what happened to you in the hospital because they don't care about us.
Yeah.
So even if we go, Lord, I'm standing outside. There goes a skunk cross street.
They
need black people up in there. They need, if you're gonna put it in the black community, you make sure every face.
You broke up. Well, I'm sure. Well, they need one. They actually need one in the community. So I wish they would put one back in the community. And they need to put clinics in the community where it be more woodwork, more you get more skills done, learn more basic skills, and and things like that. But we ain't got none of that. We don't have any of that.
But my husband told me, he came and told me, he said, I was talking to a young man, and he said, baby, they listening. We might not think they listening, but they listening. Because he said them little young men, they talking about going by them some land and building their own community. And he said these were young men, young men talking like this, talking about buying them some land. And I said that's what everybody keep on sleeping on. They think they all talking about these little young girls gonna go and vote for Kamala because she talked about death in the Cardi B and all this kind of stuff. And in my opinion, the young ones that's paying attention, they not gonna vote for her.
Yeah.
The ones that's actually paying attention and looking around at their lives and can't move out like we did when we was 18 years old and go find us a little old house or whatever.
We did that though.
They can't
We
do
did
that.
that. We
Yeah,
did. We did
and they
that.
can't do that. They
We
can't do
did.
that. They can't afford to leave their home, the house. They got to stay there with mama. And these
Mm-hmm.
youngsters they ain't thinking about going on no job, especially if it ain't paying no money.
Right. Got to pay some money. Pay some money. That's right. That's right. That's right. Dang, that's messed up. I tell you what, I'm paying attention. My household paying attention. Shit, you sure live. What you doing outside anyway?
I come outside and give me some fresh air every now and then.
How your foot? How your foot doing?
My knee is still swole, but
Knee.
I'm able to stand up on it a little longer.
Mm-hmm. It's still
I
swollen. It ain't
found
went down. It ain't went down.
it done went down a little bit, but not much. You still can tell it's swole. I finally took me some drugs last night.
Oh.
I took me a Flexeril, laid down. I actually got some sleep because every time I would turn over, it would hurt. But
Yeah.
last night when I took that Flexeril, it relaxed me, and I actually got some sleep.
Some sleep.
And this
Mm-hmm.
morning it wasn't hurting as bad, but it's still swole.
Ain't that something?
And sometimes I like coming outside at night and give me some fresh air.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I know that's right. That's it wasn't that hot today, really. I said.
Yeah, I was out here a little while. I fixed my gate on my garden. My son had bit me a gate for my garden last year, and I went and bought some T-posts. First, we just had it off in the ground, and I had some T-posts. I redid the border of my garden and fixed my gate. So he back there helping me fix.
Okay, so you have your garden together. That's good.
And he had a
You
plant
gonna
he
need
wanted.
it, good. You gonna need it.
He had a plant he wanted me to put on some dirt and in a pot for him, cause he only grow one kind of plant. I ain't gonna say what the plant is, but he only grow one kind, and he pretty good at it. And he wanted me to put on some dirt, so that's how we ended up out there working in the garden.
Oh, I understand. I sure do. But girl, I hope your knee get better, sister. Prop it up at nighttime, huh? Put your pillow up on your leg and prop it up at night.
That's what I've been doing. And last night I heard it Wednesday, and last night was actually the first night I actually got a good night's sleep. And I went to work yesterday.
What you say, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said your
I did a
granddaughter.
little bit of work. My granddaughter and my grandson did most of the work, but I did a little bit. My grandson was fussing at me. No, I don't know why you trying to swing that weed eater. Cause you know I ain't finna be still. That's why I'm trying to swing it.
Well, honey, you know, them bones don't heal like you used to when you be young, girl. When you're young, them bones heal up like quick. But when you ain't young no more, honey, take a couple of weeks and some time for them old bones to heal back up again.
But I think what it is it's the knee. I cut my knee wide open when I was 5 years old. I cut it all the way to the bone, to the meat.
Oh,
and I had stitches. And I think by me being so young, the doctor didn't realize that it might have been my ligaments was weak or torn. Cause I never did have no trouble out that knee. I never did have no trouble out that knee until I turned 40. And when I turned 40, I started having trouble out that knee. I didn't never have no trouble. I played basketball, ran track, volleyball, no trouble out that knee. But when I turned 40, when it go to raining, it'll hurt me.
Yeah,
When it rain, them old folks want to tell the lie. When it rain every now and then, it just depends, especially in the wintertime, if it rain, that knee will go to hurting.
You can feel them pain. Ain't that something? Arthritis. Ain't that something? Ain't that crazy when the cloud comes, you can feel that pain. You can feel it before the cloud get to you. It's gonna rain somewhere. You know, you feel it in your body, your bones and stuff. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yep. When I stepped in the hole, that day I stepped in the hole, it didn't really hurt. It just, you know how you be walking and it was a little shallow hole, but it was a hole. And I wasn't looking down, I was weed eating. And I be walking to the side. And I stepped in the hole and I just kept on going. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt my foot, my ankle, my knee, none of that. But when I woke up the next morning, it was swollen and I couldn't hardly move.
God, oh, good. There you gotta be more careful, girl.
And you can't make me believe. Sometimes you can't make me believe that I'm as old as I am. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that.
You ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear that.
I ain't trying to hear it.
It ain't that time yet.
And then that Wednesday night that I stepped in the hole, me and my grandkids was down here dancing. We was doing them Rod Carey, touch my body thing. We making videos. I woke up the next morning, couldn't move.
Girl, you crazy. Girl, I can't stand you. The next morning you said you couldn't move. Girl, you crazy, girl. Yeah, anything you want.
You just swung up.
What day you free? You gonna come back on?
I
What day you free?
Wednesday be a good day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, send me some videos. You got a video? Send me some videos.
Okay, when I be still in the morning time, that's when I be watching the most time in the morning time when I get up. That's what I call it. That's what I call checking the news.
Oh, okay. Oh, girl, now checking the news. Okay, I heard you, girl, checking the news. Anything you want to say before we get up off here, girl? But see, people got to
everybody keep their head on the swivel.
Oh, wait, hold on. People got to understand when we be gone so long, when we come back, we make up for the time that we be gone. You know what I'm talking about?
I want everybody keep their head on the swivel and use critical thinking. Believe half of what you see. Half of what you hear and none of what you see.
Already.
And keep your head on the swivel. Each one teach one.
Y'all know y'all can send donations for the homeless if you like to Cash App Vino Entertainment TV. You can also do a curbside pickup at 9103 Forest Lane, Dallas, Texas 75243. And donations of clothing, men clothing, women clothing, would gladly be appreciated. And y'all know our motto. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'm gonna load some stuff up, but y'all know our motto. How the hell you gonna love somebody? You gonna love yourself. Peace.
Peace. I gotta watch this and I'm gonna start it over. I'm gonna start it over. He probably went on but 2 hours, but I'm gonna start it over.